Hey, is this thing on? Looks like it is. Looks like we are all good to go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. We'll be kicking off into the world here in just a little bit. Just want to ask everybody, how's the sound coming through? How's the music? Everybody hearing me just fine? And then we can go ahead and resume the dig. Let's see. We're all good on the Minecraft side, and I think we can go ahead and swap to our game. Sure that we are all right. Here we are. Hello, everybody. Yeah, we're at the Big Lake dig, and yeah, I figure we get some work done today. Let's get you caught up on where I'm at right now. So I think last time you guys saw, I was just getting it started way up here. And needless to say, I have been quite busy. Today will be gifted by the presence of Bleeker, who may join us in Discord later. He's been pivotal in helping dig this out so far. And we got ourselves a nice process going to dig, which I'll kind of get into later. But yeah, we're just going to finish up this little section. It's 100 blocks long by the width of the river. So just kind of taking little bites out of it as we go. I think we are all good to go. Let me go ahead and let him know that we are good to go. And then I will kind of explain what I'm doing as he starts in that section. I guess I should say good to. I can type. Be easier when he joins us in Discord. Oh, he's running over to me. If he wants to join me in Discord. Oh, Bleeker. So yeah, essentially what I do is I'm currently standing on Y level 39. So I will keep that in mind, go into my configuration and set my layers to 39 here. And then I go down by 3, so that should be 36. And then what that does is it leaves this top layer here, so I can see what blocks I need to leave and which ones need to be exposed outside of the red, because like this one right here is blue wool. I'm not going to remove it because I'm not putting blue wool back there. Instead of removing blocks that I don't need to, I'm doing that. I think he's going to start digging. And essentially what I've done is I just do a 3 wide section here by 3 by 3. And just kind of clean up the edges. Down one more. And then we just start digging away. That's what we'll be doing for the next few hours. Lots and lots of digging. It's just the most riveting content I could ever produce right here. And hopefully a little later we'll have a few of the other members join us in Discord, and we can kind of carry a little bit more of a conversation than just me running my mouth to myself here. But yeah, classic me, have bit off way more than I can chew with this project. I fell victim to the Axiom world edit curse of, oh yeah, just remove a couple blocks here, and then you go to do it in survival and you're just absolutely dumbfounded by how many blocks you've actually easily removed with one right click, and how that translates to removing thousands of blocks by hand. But that's where we're at, and I'm committed. I can already guarantee that I will not be doing a lake dig out anytime soon in the future. That is confirmed, that this is going to be the only time that I completely redo a lake. Get ourselves lined up, so right. Oops, not that one. This one? One more over. So how's everybody doing today? A nice early morning Saturday for me. Wanted to try to finally get a stream out. My schedule has just been so busy between work, and well, hasn't really been too much overtime, but just the continuation of having to work really hinders my YouTube progress. But you know, in addition to that, you know, we still have the puppy. He's doing quite well, growing like a weed, and of course, the kids. They out. My daughter's still out on summer break, so between the parents and all that, grandparents, excuse me, they've kind of been taking turns. Bleaker, being a silly Bleaker. But yeah, just kind of the day-to-day grind has been keeping me very occupied. But moving back over to what I'm doing is the process that Bleaker and I have found to be the most effective for digging is if I start by digging out a bit of like a perimeter, since I have the actual schematic loaded, so I can see what needs to be air blocks and what blocks need to be replaced. So I will go and dig him out a barrier, like a border section, and then he can just work on scooping it out. I'd give it I share with you the name or what we've called it, but I'm not trying to look canceled. But it does involve an edge, and we'll just leave it at that, all right? And I do apologize if anytime you start to hear me kind of cough. For some reason, I had a pretty wicked virus kind of went around our house a few months ago at this point, but it's kind of left me with this bit of a lingering, like, dry, itchy throat. So if at any time I start hacking and coughing, I do apologize. I believe my microphone should not pick up most of it, but if it does, like I said, you've been fair warned. And it's not that I've been chain smoking for weeks and months. It's just virus that's lingering. Would be my goal for today is to, at minimum, finish this section. I've been working on it for probably a couple weeks now, and I'm just ready to move on to this next little bit. I mean, we're at Y level 36 by the time we finish this one. I think the lowest that the lake goes is like Y level 10, and with Bleaker's help, we should be able to cruise through this pretty fast. I think I did a little bit of like a time study for where I'm at just by myself, and it takes me a couple hours per layer. Hey, welcome in. And also, as like an update for how much progress I made, as soon as I empty out my inventory here, I will kind of get you guys caught up with the sheer number of blocks. Like, for instance, this is the cobblestone, so almost at one full double chest. The stone, we are currently almost halfway through our third double chest of straight stone. I did not realize how many blocks were in this when I started digging. But the good news is that I will not be short on granite, diorite, and andesite, because I mean, it's just flowing in. So it'll be good for future projects to just have all this stuff in my storage room. Which, by the way, I did go ahead and move into my larger storage room when we updated the server to 1.21. Which I guess I haven't told you guys. It's been a long time since I've shared anything with you guys. There's been so much going on, and then stuff in the background, and yeah, we updated the server, I think, probably a couple weeks ago at this point. Oh boy, Bleaker, just full of it today. Maybe we'll keep him off the Discord. Just kidding. Oh, thank you, thank you. So, where was my train of thought? Yeah, a lot of blocks being removed, a lot more to remove. Server's been updated to 1.21, and I do believe tomorrow, for anyone that's following some of the other members, they may live stream it, but I do believe that they are planning to do a trial chamber event. The rest of the server, I unfortunately will not be able to attend, so make sure you guys go and check out the other members and subscribe to them if you're not, obviously. But go check them out, give them some love. Okay, Bleaker. Just join Discord. Not that. So I guess here, let's give ourselves, what do you say? Not willing to make that. Let's give a quick kind of starter number here. So I'm currently at 500 and call it 71,000 stone mined, and we'll have to remember that number and see where we're at. So that's your responsibility, chat, is to make sure A, I'm recording as always, and B, to remember 571,000 stone mined, and we'll see where we ended up at the end of today's stream. I've been really hoping to get up into the millions eventually. I don't think I'll get there with this project, but man, there's some days that it sure does feel like it. So I typically in the past have done like a 2x2 area like this when I'm mining, because I feel like it's the fastest method. But since I started doing the edges for Bleaker, okay, so he's at wow, he'll definitely get to a million before me. He's our resident grinder here. So he pretty much measures blocks in the hundreds of thousands when he is sharing his statistics. As he should. Now, once these edges are done, it normally goes a little bit faster. It's just gotta make sure I get just the right blocks. I'm not trying to create mob spawners underneath this lake unnecessarily. Also making sure that I remove the right blocks. I don't even know what that word is. So the one thing that's always kind of been in the back of my mind with this project is knowing the fact that spending all this time to dig it out. Supposed to be stuck. Oh, that's fine. Is that once spend all this time to dig it out, place all the blocks, make it look all beautiful and lake-like, I still have to fill it back up, and that is not fun. I can actually attest to that personally, because on Zetacraft Season 2, Ricky and we did that custom lake, or custom river, excuse me, around the Skyrim area, and there was half of it that was completely custom dug. So we actually went through and manually placed it in the water. I actually think that was one of my first live streams, come to think of it, was filling up the river. You know, it was horrible. I'm hoping that since this is a larger area, that once, you know, you start to get the other areas filled in, that it should start filling itself in. It won't be nearly as canal-like. I don't know, we'll see. Probably somewhere around, I figure, take me like 40 to 50 hours to fill that lake back up. And I'm hoping that I'm wrong and that it's going to take less time, but I'm just preparing myself mentally for the long haul with that. I couldn't even tell you how many hours I am excuse me, on digging this out. I could go back and look at the replays, but I've been trying to optimize and refine my replay recordings, so I typically pause when I'm emptying out my inventory and at night and stuff. Today's going to be a little bit of a different exception, because with Bleaker on here as well, you know, we're going to be emptying out our inventories at different times. So I'm just going to have one big massive replay file to dig through at the end, which is fine. Just more work for me to do in the background. Which, oh man, I am dreading when it comes to start editing because I've already fallen behind. I have not been keeping up with editing replays as I go. So at this point, I probably have 3 months worth of replays that I'm gonna need to sift through and render out. Definitely not looking forward to that, but that's future time problem, and honestly, I don't really care for him. Nah, it'll be a good probably 2 or 3 weeks of just editing replays. When are we gonna finish his 100 days? Well, I mean, Bleaker, in my defense, we did already do the 100 days section. You're trying to do the next 100 days section. And what he's referring to there is his absolutely awesome little video that he recently produced, which I would highly recommend going and checking out if you haven't already. And that was the 100 days to survive the Dramal map. That is something that I've been helping him out with. Yeah, fun little series that we did together. Yeah, go check it out. It's long form content. It's got a great flow to it. Blaker's commentating and script writing is top notch, so go and check him out. Got my inventory again. There's a lot of this today. Is it playing the same song over and over again? I need to check that out. Let me know if you guys want me to change up the add a little bit more variety to the music. I can always swap things around if needed. I'm, fingers crossed, hopefully going to make this a 4-hour stream. That's kind of what I'm shooting for. So buckle up, guys. It's going to be a long day. Yeah, let's go right about here is good. I've been personally challenging myself when I do jump on to just grind up the river to try to use up all of my tools' durabilities. So I have a shulker box that has, I think, 9 silk touch pickaxes and 4 fortune pickaxes. So I personally set myself a goal to use up the durability on all those for each session. Most of the time I can at least get 3/4 of them finished up. Hopefully today will be the day though. So I do apologize for how long it's been between videos. And I already kind of explained my life's area or my life's predicament right at the moment. I'm having a little bit of brain farts here. Might have to go drink some more coffee. Uber eats you some food for all your hard work. I can Uber eats you some golden carrots if that's what you require, sir. Yeah, I was definitely hoping to get a video out in like the end of July, and that was my initial goal, was to have this project done by July, and then I actually started getting into it. I'm pretty sure between Bleaker and a few of the other server members have jumped on as well. Boss, and I know Death has helped me out. Repook, Josh Powers, like they've all been very helpful, and even with everybody's help, when they can offer it, it still has been taking me weeks to just like remove the trees in this whole section, because yeah, this is a mammoth of a project. This is the largest project I've ever attempted in a single episode. And kind of my thought process behind it is that it wouldn't really be a very good video in my mind. Like, I wouldn't watch it personally, so if I wouldn't watch it, I'm not going to produce it. Of just like, here's a 30-minute video of me doing nothing more than chopping down trees and then maybe digging out a lake the next episode. Like that, I don't personally find that entertaining. That's something that I would prefer to reserve for streams, and then of course my schedule sometimes prohibits me. or if my schedule is open enough for me to actually stream, there's so much going on around my house that it's controlled chaos. How about that? As a household with kids and puppies can be. Hey, welcome in. Glad to have you here. So this is the point where I'm going to set out an invitation. Chat, what should we talk about today? I'm not talking politics, so don't even offer it. Not sharing personal information. I'm all for answering questions if you guys have them about me, but I'm not going to tell you where I live. Yeah, let's find something to talk about. And to pass the time here while we're removing thousands and thousands of blocks. I think we got a pretty good turnout going on right here. Thankful for everybody that's joining in. Oh boy. Welcome in, Slip. You're out camping. All right. Can't stick around too much. Awesome, man. We did a camping trip back around the 4th of July time, and man, where I live, it was hot. There was nothing enjoyable about sitting in the sun all day. So most of our camping trip was just spent sitting underneath some shelters in the shade. Yeah, Slip, let me go back into... Oh, let me empty out my inventory here, and I'll just show you as I fly back. Yeah, this is a huge project. Way bigger than I should have been trying to tackle for one episode. Okay. Empty out all this cobblestone. I will be set on cobblestone for a while. Thankfully, the big dig continues. With this auto crafter, I'm gonna have lots of stuff to make all of the redstone components now, all this cobblestone, so there's always a benefit to any situation. And that's how I'm gonna look at this one. Yeah, some serious shulkers, Slip. This is the third double chest of just straight stone, and I've just got blown up. Where did that creeper come from?
Did you check your butt?
Oh my. Welcome in, Bleaker. That is horrifying.
Your butt or the creeper?
The creeper that just blew up. I gotta remember how I had all this stuff set up.
Did it blow up anything important? Did it blow up anything we can't live without?
I mean, just some chests.
We can live without those. You already have enough crap.
He must have been inside this cave up here. The only thing I can think of.
Block off the cave, be fine.
Yes.
Ooh, you know, be festive? Pour lava in the cave.
Oh my.
And then capture the creeper's family, melt them all while he watches, and then have him be the last one living. And then melt him.
Goodness, that's dark. Alright, I need to repair the situation here right quick, and then we'll get back to this. Back to our regularly scheduled program. Let's see. Nope. No signs go. I just had 4 signs on me.
Check your butt.
Yeah, I agree, Robbie. Bleaker's a little bit on the darker side. Sometimes we gotta tone him back.
I can see when I'm not appreciated.
Right,
You didn't watch my stream yesterday, Time. I was very disappointed.
I was on a date day with my wife.
You should have been on a date with me.
Oh, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Might just
Yeah,
have to.
we're just a couple of dudes doing dude things.
So, yeah. We'll leave the rest of that sentence left unfilled in.
Oh no, let's not unfill it. We
Oh
could have, I
gosh.
don't know, gone mini golf, gone back to my place, played Minecraft.
Welcome
I don't
in.
know.
Now you see. Yeah, great turnout on the stream today. Don't ruin it, Bleaker. Got this thing going, all right.
Are you challenging me?
I just see somebody flying around up here. But yeah, sorry, Slip. I meant to actually show you. So this will all be custom lake and river. So right way over here, where you see the last little bit of remaining gravel, is going to actually be a glacier. The glacier will stop somewhere around here and go all the way up and around that corner. Then this will all be like a glacier fed river slash part of the lake, like the inlet of the lake. And this will be a massive lake that'll kind of split over here that I'll have plans for eventually. And then there'll be a little waterfall right here to all of this custom terrain that I will get to later. The lake will go all the way to where you see this last little bit of gravel right there. That's kind of where I stopped blending, and then the train kind of feathers off that way. Thank you.
Hey, time.
Yes.
Why are we digging out this lake just to fill it back in?
You know
Do you
that.
hate us?
Yes, apparently I do.
Oh.
But
Time.
it's gonna look cool, all right? Just keep telling yourself it's gonna look cool.
Time. Is this really our project?
This is currently our project, but yes, Bleaker.
Oh.
Yeah, this will be a 1-episode project, which I have definitely come to regret.
Hey, time.
Yes, Bleaker.
Are we trash?
No, we are
Oh.
lake diggers. Okay, so this will be
Oh.
a great time for me to explain to you
What's
guys.
the difference?
If Bleaker, if you stop digging for a second,
Got it.
I'm just going to let you guys in that we do have a data pack installed on the server that we can turn the rain off, which is good because it's thunderstorming right now. And we purposely installed that just for stuff like this where we're recording. And go ahead and resume, Bleaker.
Okay.
'Cause
You're the boss.
I personally got tired of rain ruining my time lapses when I'm trying to do these big cinematics. So we all kind of got together and voted, and we decided to add the data pack when we updated the server to 1.21 to include a custom trigger command to toggle the rain off. So it's a little bit immersion breaking, I know, but it's solely meant for the content creation format. Slip, you love building lakes and ponds, as do I. I just love terraforming in general. Unfortunately, with the help of Axiom, I've started tackling larger and larger projects, which of course take longer and longer.
Yeah.
You can use the tweakaroo to disable weather also just for please. Oh, okay, that's good to know. Also, welcome in, Meg. Thanks for joining us today.
Isn't this great that you discovered Axiom Time? Isn't this just a wonderful thing that you've done here? How you can craft these lakes and rivers in like no time flat and not think of the consequences of your actions?
Yeah, this would definitely be better suited for creative, but here we are.
Hey, Time.
Yes, Bleaker.
Hi.
Sounds like Minecraft generation maps. Yeah, I mean, definitely wanted this whole area to be like a world building project is the end goal. So let me finish this little section here, and then I'll kind of zoom out and get you guys into the grand project idea. So I'll open up our mini map here. So here's the current episode that should be tackled. Our current episode's project will be from about this snow line here to over here, and it should go pretty much in a square like this. And that's what we'll be tackling in this video. Alright, see you, Slip. Have a great time. But the grand scheme of things is I don't have it all loaded, but I want to do a world building project that is like a 9,000 by 9,000 area in this world. So that's future goals. We're doing a little bit at a time right now.
Wait, it's going to be how many?
Yeah, like 9,000 by 9,000 ish. Luckily, so Bleaker, in your defense and my defense, is that it's not all going to be these custom lakes and rivers. I will probably start to leave a little bit more generation as far as the water level stuff and just build
You're
it
not
up.
allowed to use Axiom anymore. You're banned. You're banned from Axiom. Every time you do Axiom, I end up laying gravel in a riverbed for 12 hours.
It looks so good though. Why don't I just pick a good area? See, that's the thing though, is that this is a good area. However, it's not good enough for me. And that's
you're
just...
too good for the natural beauty of Minecraft? You
I
too good
am.
for the natural generation?
Yes.
Do you know how conceited you sound right now?
Yes, I know. I know how it
Okay,
sounds.
just checking. I don't care either way. I thought we should have just TNT'd this whole area. And then just built in the crater that was left over. As is.
Hindsight. You can just call me Time. That's what everybody does.
I don't call you that.
Well, I mean...
I can't actually call you what I call you, because you're on stream, and I hate it.
Well, you were referring to me as Master earlier, but I'm not gonna stop you.
You need, like, the big red button that just bleeps out everything I say.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that today.
I was on a radio station once, and they had that button. It's like if you drop a curse word, they have the big red button that erases, like, the 15 or 30 seconds of footage.
Huh.
Or the audio.
Can I shoot him with a bow? Unfortunately, I cannot. Not because I don't want to or anything, but it's because I actually don't have one in my inventory. Oh, I don't have a totem on me. Probably restock that after that little creeper incident that we had earlier. See, smart me would actually go through and, put some torches and stuff in that cave. However, I'm not smart.
Why do they want to shoot me with a bow? What have I done? I'm sorry I exist, Dad!
I can get some more people joining in.
You actually get, like, people subscribing off this stream?
That'd be great.
No, I'm being serious. Like, have you ever had anybody subscribe off of one of your streams? Like, the views are great. But, like, does anybody, like, subscribe? Okay.
I don't know. Great question. Has anybody subscribed off the stream? From the stream? If not, and you're not subscribed, maybe you should.
Guilt trip them. Look at this poor streamer here. He's down on his luck. He may or may not have a wife. He may or may not have kids. He may or may not even live. Just look at him. Would you just look at him? Feel bad for him.
Insert music from those old animal commercials. Or just
Hi, I'm Sarah McLaughlin. I see you're having a great day today. Allow me to change all that.
Ah, thanks for subscribing.
Sorry.
What was that?
That's the Sarah McLaughlin song they sing.
Okay.
In the Arms of an Angel. I think it's about somebody, like, ODing in a bathtub.
Well, that's dark.
No, that's In the Arms of an Angel.
Yeah.
It's not dark, that's just, like, a matter of fact. I legitimately think that's what the song is about, somebody ODing in a bathroom. Possibly a bathtub.
It's still dark.
Yes, it is. And I'm still Bleaker.
Yes, you are. Yeah, thanks for the subscribe.
See? You gotta have a hype man here to guilt trip them.
Hmm.
You see, it seems really bad if you're pandering for subscribers. However, I'm not above guilt tripping people.
think
Somebody say something.
I know
Anything.
I'm a horrible stream host.
I know.
I'm just not a talker, man.
And yet you're streaming.
And yet here I am streaming. I'm trying to give the people what they want. They want to see my content.
The people want to see you make a video.
They do. Something. I
want to see... Oh, never mind. I'm not going to finish that sentence. I'm learning to think before I speak.
Something. Anything. Yes. Gotta produce some sort of content. I'm definitely not killing. Hey, welcome in, Alexander.
I've kind of swapped over to doing a little bit more live streams after our 100 days because I was just tired of editing.
I hear that. Like I mentioned earlier, I am not looking forward to the massive backlog of replay recordings that I'm going to have to render out.
I haven't even sent you all of my replay recordings.
This is also very true.
Like, you still haven't seen the mushroom collecting, the forest deforestation, where I renovated that woodland manor into the ground.
Yes. Didn't even get the insurance money for it.
Bleakering isn't covered under most homeowners' policies. Actually, really fun fact. When I bought my house and they were giving me homeowners insurance, like I have to have homeowners for like my basement flooding. That's just the case. And like this basement has flooded multiple times before the previous owners finally got that taken care of, and I still don't really trust the job they did. But the insurance company's like, yo, do you need like flood insurance? And where I live, I'm like 50 feet above a river.
Oh, like a high bank?
Like the bank of the... No, I'm just like, there's the river, then there's like 50 feet up a hill, and then there's me. It might even be more than 50 feet. And the insurance company's like, yo, do you need like river flood insurance? And I'm like, and I legitimately told them, if this river floods to the point where I need insurance, I have bigger issues, like funeral arrangements, and possibly the end of the world. I will be fine. I will take the risk on that one. I will take the risk on that one.
To answer your question, now you see, Bleaker's not currently streaming. He's currently streaming not currently, but he is streaming a Pokemon series. Maybe you'd like to explain a little bit more to that in the future.
Do you like enslaving animals? Do you like enslaving animals and having them fight against their fellow animals for your enjoyment? Come, watch my Pokemon stream.
Also, welcome in Respect. Sorry, I didn't catch up to you right quick. I'm just trying to go through chat. Look at this crowd up here. Got some viewers up here watching us.
Oh, right, I meant to dislike the stream. There we go.
Got
Don't worry, Tom, I got you.
Shrine.
Alright, I'll change it.
Guys up here. Thank you very much. As Sensi?
Wait, is
Death and...
Is Repock here watching? Just
yeah.
Like...
Yep, there.
Put him to work!
I mean, if you guys want, you can dig out this whole center section. Anywhere that you see the Bleaker's working, feel free to jump in as well. I'll just start digging down the next layer. Open invitation. Whoever is on the server, I should say, wants to help digging. Unfortunately, we are whitelisted, so. Alright, I am currently standing on Y level 36. Let's update that to 36. 33. Oh, not 333. I got shulkers and picks ready. I do have shulkers and picks over there if you guys want to dig into them. Can always make more shulkers. I got a shulker box of birch wood, birch planks, all prepped and ready to go. We can
Where
make
did
more.
you get all that birch wood from, Time?
Gee whiz, Bleaker. I don't know. I just appeared one day.
Wow, that's very fortuitous for you. Did you like that word I used? It's a big word.
That was a big word. We're using our educated talk.
You know what else is big?
Oh, hey.
My mortgage.
This project.
My mortgage. Do you want to complain about adult life with me?
I mean, maybe?
Okay. I don't get nap times anymore. Like, I don't nap to begin with, but it would be nice to have the option.
You know, there's been some times at work where I could definitely use a nap after lunchtime or something.
Like yesterday, we went to like this Mongolian barbecue place. No. I had off yesterday. Thursday, we went to this Mongolian barbecue place. And like, I was really tired afterwards, so I just went home. And it was awesome.
Okay.
Mongolian barbecue is really fun. And that's a day in the life of me. Hi.
Welcome in, Cobb.
Hi. I'm the problem.
Here you go. Now you see. Here's my ender chest. Most of the stuff is sprawled out outside of it, but just emeralds, potions of wow, I can't even remember what those are called, but got the experience. More potions, and then my shulker box of spare elytras. Everything else is laid out.
Did you ever like set up like the super chats? Like the people who can pay you money to chat?
No, I did not.
Neither have I.
Yeah, Cobb, I guess you could consider this to be a small ocean. The only thing is that it's actually, maybe it's not deeper than most standard generation oceans.
You can consider it a small ocean, except for the fact it's not. It's a river. And a lake.
Yes, I do have a bow and arrow that I keep in there that I normally have on my inventory, but I'm trying to keep the slots open for more blocks, so that's why I only have a sword on me. It's like a fallback. But I do typically run with a bow and arrow. Oh man, Respect, so sorry to hear that you were sick. Fevers are no joke. I hope you're feeling better now. Yeah, I personally hate being sick. I don't actually come to think of it. I don't think there's anybody who's like, yeah, I'm so excited to have this fever today.
People that suffer from Munchausen by proxy. They're the ones who get excited about being sick. They fake illnesses for medical attention. For just attention, yeah. And that's not like me being a jerk or anything. That's like a legitimate thing that's like you can look that up. Like, that is a legitimate medical thing.
Actual medical thing?
Yeah. They, like, fake illnesses for attention.
I think I've heard of that before.
Yeah, Munchausen by proxy is what it's called. They're the only ones that would probably get excited about being sick. And even then, I think there's still a limit to the amount of excitement that they can derive from being sick.
Do I use farms and mob grinders? So, yeah.
Like farms.
Yeah. As far as standard, like, I do have like a villager trading hall, and let's see what other farms do I have on the server so far. I got a witch farm, I got a sugarcane farm, got a wool farm. I do use them because, oh, hello, Enderman. He just gave me a head nod. That was hilarious. I hope you guys saw that.
You should just grind resources like a man.
I mean, that's what we're doing right now. Getting some serious stone action. Listen, not everyone can be as talented as Death on the server and have a stone generator that makes like 1,000,000 stone every 5 minutes, so. Hey, Calvin, welcome in.
793,000 stone.
The dig is continuing. A lot slower than I had hoped for, but still ongoing.
What's a Calvin? You seemed a lot happier to see him than you did when I popped on.
Bleaker, why you gotta be like that? I am trying to be an enthusiastic streamer.
I don't like it.
I am not looking the Enderman in the eyes. I've been playing Minecraft for a while.
Time, your new minions are leaving blocks unpicked up. I can't work in these conditions. So now I'm picking up their blocks.
Oh no. So many blocks. Yeah, I would definitely be very excited when this section of the project is finished. I'm definitely over it.
Same. I never thought I would say this, but I miss tree cutting.
Right? Yeah, this is just
I just want to
non-stop.
deforest. I want to deforest something. Just like I want a whole biome to go away.
Doing world eating, but without the TNT dupers.
Yeah, you. Death cheats though. He uses farms. I'm over here like good old-fashioned hard work.
Yeah, you guys have exactly opposite play style in regards to resource grinding.
We actually had that discussion like a few weeks ago. Like we're two sides of the same grinding coin. He's over here. He's over here grinding farms so that he doesn't have to do work. I'm over here just like spending hours deleting perimeters.
Just removing the whole world.
My goal is when this server finally ends up going away in like a decade to have the most stone mined.
Hopefully it lasts longer than a decade.
So when this Forever SMP ends up going away after Forever is over, it is my goal to have the most amount of stone mined. Not picked up, mined.
That's a great goal.
So you monetize your stream?
I am. Yeah, I think it's set to pop in ads every 20 something minutes. So let me know if the ads start to get a little too much. I can try to tone that back.
How much do you make off of a stream?
I haven't made any money off of any stream so far.
Well, you've got ads.
Yeah, but I haven't made enough for it to be a payout.
Oh, I had my first payout last year, and the way it's going this year, I won't have one this year.
I'm not like when I first started YouTube, I had these grand ambitions of, you know, being the next like hermits and stuff and be as successful, excuse me, as they are. But the further along I go, it was just kind of like I'm just enjoying making content. It's not a huge thing that I'm not raking in. I don't want this to be a full-time job. I'm just enjoying sharing my builds with the world.
I want that play button. That's my goal.
I mean, I'm not going to complain if they're willing to throw some money along the way. And I hope continue to upgrade my computer and
I at least want enough to pay for my software subscriptions and like upgrade my computer every couple of years.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. And so far, at the rate I'm going, I can now at least pay for my video editing subscription.
That's good.
Yeah.
You know, long-term goals, it would be nice to be successful enough to be able to pay somebody to edit the videos for me so I can focus on doing what I love, but
I'm still in the hole a few $1,000s, but
right? Sacrifices must be made.
yeah, I had to pay my thumbnail guy like actually I just bought him like a $5 game that was on his wish list. His Steam wish list.
So Bleaker does have a YouTube channel as well. I do believe I have it linked down in the description of this stream if you want to check them out, and you'll see a link to all the other members of the server down there as well. I do highly recommend you going and checking them out. We do things a little bit different on this server. We're kind of more laid back. We don't have a like content creation criteria. It's not one of those like you have to have a video out every month or something like that, or every week. We all understand.
I don't make content.
And there's some on here that will occasionally stream only, and there's Bleaker who just wants us to enjoy his company.
I just dig. I dig holes.
Yeah, we all kind of sat down and we realized that we're all adults with our adults responsibilities, and that life gets in the way, so sometimes you can't always sit down and knock out a video as often as you'd like. We're not going to make that force you to have to maintain that kind of schedule in order to be on the server. We want to focus on building and having fun, and that's kind of where we're at.
You don't always get what you want, but if you try, sometimes you'll get what you need.
I feel like I've heard that somewhere, more musically. I think after I finish up this little section here, I'm going to swap up the music a little bit. I feel like this kind of music is like final reveal, like battle music more than it is just like chill stream.
Our music. Play the Doomslayer song.
Bleaker not in the stream? I mean the links?
It's for the best.
Yeah, I guess, Meg, it is kind of the same idea as Evermore. Which, I think, it's also the other server that I play on, which I also haven't been in the world in a while. Since you updated to the 1.21, I did log in there and just make sure everything worked, which it did, so.
You're playing Minecraft without me? Well, I thought what we had was special. Are you saying there's someone else?
Bleaker, I've been on Evermore for years now.
Do you hear that?
Hey, welcome in, Splashes.
Do you hear that time? That's the sound of my heart breaking.
Oh no, he went there. More guilt tripping.
You know what would make me feel better?
What?
If people would subscribe to Time Architect.
Oh,
that will definitely
there it
make
is.
me better.
There it is.
Every time you don't subscribe to Time Architect, a puppy cries.
Oh no, not the puppies. Tugging at the heartstrings.
And every time you don't like the stream, a cat goes hungry.
Oh, Bleaker.
Is it working? Are people subscribing and liking the stream?
I'm focusing on digging right now. Bleaker is not in the description. Okay, I will make sure that I get that added in before. Well, I guess it's already uploaded, but
I guess I could always type in chat.
you're getting the personal word of mouth recommendation. And a heart gets broken. Alright, there's that side, and my inventory's full.
You think we've guilt tripped them enough yet, or should we keep going?
I think we're okay for the moment.
Okay.
Okay, we're not full on.
It's me. Hi. Why do you think people are obsessed with Taylor Swift?
I have no idea.
Neither do I. At this point, I have to hate Taylor Swift entirely on principle because she's far too popular, and I hear nothing but, oh my god, Taylor Swift, Taylor is the greatest. So it's like, now I have to hate it on principle. It's far too popular.
You know what, Respect? That is an absolutely very good talking point. Why is it that Minecraft has the water level where it is? And why can't they, like, code in multi-tiered lakes? It'd be cool to have, like, a mountaintop lake or something.
Because the generation in this game has been bunk since probably 1.0.
Yeah, I understand the challenge from a coding perspective, but I think it's something that they should look into adding in the future, or at least do something with the water mechanics. It can be a bit broken. If you elect me as Mojang's CEO, I personally will fix all of the issues and add in all of the features that I want in
Mojang,
Minecraft.
Mojang doesn't own Minecraft. It's Microsoft.
I know, but
If
I'm
you're gonna
also not running for CEO.
if you're gonna pander to the masses, you gotta at least pander properly.
And that's why I don't run for office.
Among other reasons.
The highest office I can ever be for my claim to fame is that I was the school vice president for our technical school. And I don't think I went to any meetings, sat on any councils or anything. It was more of an honorary title more than anything. But I was class president and I was school vice president. That's my biggest claim to fame right there.
But I didn't vote for you. You don't vote for king. Why would you become king anyways? The Lady of the Lake, clad in the most delicate samite. Never mind.
Yeah, that one went over my tall head.
Monty Python and the Quest for the Holy Grail, you uncultured lampshade.
Oh. Haven't you not seen Anchorman?
I'm sorry, you're too good to be an uncultured lampshade.
You're like, we're getting better Minecraft physics, so maybe better water physics will come later. Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, we're getting better at Minecraft physics. Have you seen the latest? Have you seen how people are flinging villagers with rail carts?
I have seen far too many.
I hope they keep that in. Oh my gosh, I hope they keep that in. I want train carts to be fun again.
I think it was either Splashes or Death was talking about how it'd be cool to where you can make it to where those Minecrafts and or villagers could be loading chunks. So that way it'd be a lot easier to like remotely move stuff into a storage room if those entities could load chunks for you.
I forget that you never played modded.
I have not.
I forget that quite often. Let me tell you about why modded is better. First off, we've had that problem solved for 10 years. There's a mod, I think it's called Railcraft, which overall just improves minecarts in Minecraft. Actually makes them like viable for like transportation, resource movement. One of the things that you could do is you could link multiple minecarts together. You could have like a furnace cart. You had your regular storage carts. You could move fluids because fluids was an important thing that you had to be able to move in all the tech mods because oil was a thing and you used that to power like combustion engines. And one of the coolest things that you could do was put a chunk loader on a minecart.
That's pretty cool.
A chunk loader, as the name implies, loads whatever chunk it's in. The downside, it eats server resources because you're loading a chunk.
Of course.
On the upside, you could suddenly send resources down a super long, elaborate minecart, put it at the other end, have those resources be unloaded, stored, and have it repeat that trip ad nauseum.
Now you see, I cannot make any guarantees that I'll say that out loud. Whatever you mentioned. I will not make that promise.
I will read his message. And I will react to it in real time.
Yeah, Bleaker is part of the stream right now, so he'll see whatever you guys are typing.
I am watching right now. I've already typed in chat multiple times about how I'm the problem. But just be warned. I'm a lot meaner than Time. Time vouch for me.
You can be pretty spicy some days.
Thank you.
It's like it's time for more struggle boxes.
Ooh, that was a little laggy.
For everyone helping out, there's a chest that's over here. I don't know if you're watching the stream, but that's where I'm keeping the empty shulkers if you need them. wanted to troll you, like say Bleaker, kill me, then the thing happens. You want me to die? That's a bit much.
I disagree. Oh, he got away. I tried. I gave it my best shot. I'm too lazy.
But I should mention our tab screen up here does keep track of damage taken. Oh, actually, death. Wow, you've gotten whooped pretty hard.
Oh dear God.
Oh, thank you, Cooper.
What is he doing up over there? What do you think death does on a normal basis?
I don't know. Like
I'm
I was AFK at the Wither Skull farm and was starving. Starving damage. Yep,
no,
same.
Starving damage. Yep.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, that's fair.
I would do it.
Am I the only one that's actively like on here doing things? Is everybody just AFKing constantly? And
Hey, I've been digging.
have you?
I mean, I've been making progress, I would say. Doesn't
You
look
haven't
like
been
much.
you haven't been digging this. You usually tell me when you dig this.
Well, you were away this weekend, so I was spent some time.
I need like 5 million redstone. What is he doing that he needs 5 million redstone? If the build requires that much redstone, it's too complicated.
It's death. He sells an extremely complex redstone builds that are way above my pay grade.
Do you think he's got a hobby?
That's redstone.
Oh. Do you think he's got a real hobby?
I think maintaining the server's health is pretty well consumed some of his time.
You think we could, like, get him to, go experience the real world? Just a little?
I don't know, with the we were kind of playing around with shaders a bit before the stream started, and he had, what was the name of those? The Bliss shaders, I think it was. And the world looked sweet. He was playing around with the Distance Horizons mod and the Bliss shaders, and it looked real. I was pleasantly surprised by how real Minecraft looked with those shaders and the Distance Horizons.
I would try and run that, but I'd probably melt my graphics card.
The same. Like
Once I get back from vacation, like I'm saving up for like a 4070 or something. The 1070 is fine and all, but there's some new games coming out that it might be time to just, upgrade a bit. Just a bit. Just a touch.
See you later, now you see me. Thanks for hanging out.
Now you see. Now you see. Now you don't.
Very clever name. 10 out of 10.
Thank you, good night.
But yeah, I'm running Bobby right now. That's why.
Who's Bobby?
Bobby's the mod. That's why we have all these chunks loaded around here. Watching my first video back, and I was really flustered at Minecraft render distance, and the server's doing the best they can. I think we have a 20 chunk limit on it.
Ooh.
But I need more because projects. So
I only render
installed
like 16.
that's all you really need. Like, I'm trying to capture the grand cinematic replays here, and having the world phase out when you're halfway across it's not the most ideal content. So that's
Consider
why
this if you will. Don't do that.
Don't do that. With the big projects, or
yeah.
No, big projects are fun.
Oh. You've sold out.
No, I'm pushing myself. Trying to improve myself. I just realized that I said I was going to.
Where's Boss? Is he too good to be here?
I think you're hyper fixating on Boss when we have all of these other wonderful people here.
But they're not here. It's just you and I. And normally, like, if it's you and I, there's also Boss here.
No, not always. Looks like this whole 3-to-1 ratio here of scooping out the middle area. Make me
Yeah,
have
you're
to
gonna
work
need
a
to go
little.
fast.
I do. I am not a very good multitasker, okay?
Correct. You also didn't catch my Pokemon stream last night. I know you had date night with the missus, but with Mrs. Architect, but come on, man.
Ah,
I
Splash
thought
does
what we
this here
had was
too.
special.
I'm pretty sure this is the same song again. Give me one moment. I'm going to go ahead and swap out the music.
You got like some royalty-free music?
Yeah. Let's just a really short playlist or something. Oh, that way. Back to my playlist here. Let's try this one. No, it's a different one. Okay. Give this one a play for a little bit.
Oh wow, that's so much better. Way better than the last music.
It's all like the similar genre, to be completely honest.
Oh, I would have never known. All right, you caught me. I have the stream muted because I don't want to say something and then hear myself say it like 30 seconds later.
I don't blame you at all. I actually have game sounds off. I just now occurred to me that I've been playing with game sounds off this entire time.
That's weird.
I mean, if chat wants to hear them again, I will turn them on. Otherwise, I've just been rocking without it. I think it can be a little bit overstimulating if you guys know.
What do you mean by overstimulating?
Just too much audio input. I already have the music in the background. I have the conversation going on. It can just be a bit much for me personally.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. I realize I need to start going faster. The last little section, guys. All right. I think that should be it for that. Yeah, this is going a lot faster. Let me empty out my inventory, and we will set up the next area. It's also occurred to me that I'm still on the web tab for the music, so I can't see the chat. There we go.
Don't worry. Nobody said anything of interest. Actually, nobody said anything at all since Splash has said hi.
That's not what I wanted.
Well, what do you want? Tell me what you want. What you really, really want.
What I really, really want is to be done with this lake, to be completely honest. I'm ready to move on to other projects. I admit I've made a mistake.
The first step
Beth has
is
said
admitting
something.
that you have a problem.
Confirmed. Problem has
Now,
been identified.
What have we learned?
Nothing. Actually, you know what? I have learned something.
What?
That I'm a lot better of a creative builder than a survival builder.
Oh, that's a good lesson.
Nighttime again. All right. Let everybody kind of. Oh, there we go. Perfect. They know what to do. Oh, I missed a block. And if somebody wants to be on sleep duty, oh, perfect. Yeah,
Yeah,
reading
I'm hopping
my
off.
mind.
It's lunchtime and the stream host isn't willing to like Uber Eats me something.
Oh no. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out, Bleaker.
No. Thank you. I should probably leave now, but I need to empty out my inventory.
Well, this is awkward.
It's the inventory shuffle. Like I want to leave, but I don't want to leave with like an inventory full of crap.
Yeah, so
Like I don't know how you feel about it. Like whenever I log off, it's like I dump inventory and then I log off.
So my standard routine when I finish before I log off for the night is that I will empty out my inventory, I will collect up all of my used tools, I will fly over to Boss's gold farm, and I will repair, mend all my gear, and then fly back to where my project was.
I don't do mends after I'm done. Like, that, for me, that's the point of having, like, all the tools. Is so that I don't have to go back and mend.
That makes sense. Like I said, that's just my routine.
Well, your routine is wrong.
No, I don't think so.
Well, live, laugh, lay down suppressing fire.
See ya. Yeah, so this has been my life for the last month, is just digging. So much digging. About right here. This is exactly why I don't typically stream. I'm a man of few words.
Well, it's a good thing someone else is here.
Ah, welcome in, Death.
I was waiting for a moment to interject.
Perfect.
Yeah, man, this project is coming along nicely.
I'm ready for it to be done now.
Oh, I know.
But honestly, a project like this, like, is it ever actually done? That I could just keep pushing the borders on it, just keep world building, expanding.
That's a very deep philosophical question.
And then Minecraft updates, and I want to revisit stuff.
I mean, to be fair, when you're in survival mode, it's really easy to give up on a project.
So
When you're in
true.
creative, it's a different story. Now, you see, we fall into this grey area in between them. Because, you know, we design this stuff in creative mode, then build it in survival. It's problematic.
Yeah, agreed. I just feel like that's kind of how Minecraft content has tend to lean lately. There are always, you know, some isolated creators that kind of stick to their specific style, but I feel like as a whole, the shift has happened where the expectation of having stuff done in like a creative world and then bringing it in survival is a lot more frequent.
Yeah, it is, and that can be brought down to a lot of things, whether it's the big creators forcing it on everyone else, or just the fact that the audience demand. Well, I was going to say something of higher quality, but that might not be the right word.
I think it's
Something that
just
requires a lot more work. There you go.
they want something more unique.
Yeah.
Not everybody wants to see the standard Minecraft house anymore. They want to see us push the limits, which is good. Like, you know, progress should always be moving forward, and we should be striving to improve ourselves. Just, you know, sometimes bigger isn't always the answer. Except if you're talking like Minecraft gradients and stuff, then typically larger is in fact better. I'm quite... Sorry, go ahead.
So sorry, I went to start speaking. I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, we're in a bit of a tough spot by our own design here because of the nature of this server. You know, the fact that obviously we're all adults here. We all know, right? Real life stuff comes first, but we're not going to dedicate all hours of the day to, I don't know, finishing a build or whatever. We've got other responsibilities. But because of that, we've also forced ourselves into the idea of, well, if I can't release a video frequently, every time I do, I'll do something massive.
Sure, yeah, that's definitely the boat that I'm in.
Yeah, and yeah, you can see that that's been the meta for a few years now, and yeah, it's getting a bit old. Which is why quite a few people are kind of going to that more kind of less edited, smaller project type of vibe.
Or the long play, been pretty
yeah,
popular.
Yeah, there's nothing better than just you know, getting in from work after a long day and just popping one of those on while you eat. You know.
Agreed.
But no, I do think that even with all of that, see, once this project is done, you're going to get such a massive sense of satisfaction just from looking at it.
Absolutely.
Due to the scale of it.
That's something that Boss and I have talked about quite a bit, because there for a while I was talking about kind of switching up my channel to be a creative only style content, and he kind of roped me back and convinced me to stay in survival just because of the like satisfaction, like exactly what you talked about. Like there's a whole different level of sense of accomplishment when you do it in survival versus in survival, or excuse me, in creative.
Yeah, it's like I watch a lot of survival players, I watch a lot of Redstone players, and I watch a lot of the creative builders. And one thing I have noticed is their content is different between each different genre, right?
Hmm.
So a build like this, well, obviously I know what you're going for here. The audience might not necessarily know.
It
Your
probably looks
build,
terrible right now.
yeah, right. Your build, what you're going for, looks amazing. It's a very unique landscape you're working with. Now, on a creative server, yeah, sure, they can bang out something like that every like 2 weeks. Redstoners, they wouldn't even dream of doing it. They'd hire someone to build that. But yeah, I'm not going to be one of those people. And then there's the survival guys, where they'll spend a stupid amount of time building it, but at the same time, because they know they're going to do that, in the design phase, they also spend a stupid amount of time working on all of the little details and stuff.
Hmm.
And to be honest, like you compare the content now, and then you compare it to the period of what 2012, 2013. Yeah, it's a completely different game. Same
Oh,
again to
completely different.
2020. Yeah, it's like the overall trends are different. The build styles are different. Builders in the chat will realize that if you've been around for so long.
Agreed.
I remember in 2012 there used to be this like super busy build style people would do.
I do remember that build style.
Yeah, even I tried it for a little bit. And yeah, it was neat, but it wasn't really for me. I think now you're in a really kind of good spot with it because there's so much diversity within the community to the
Hmm.
point where there's constant innovations. Like just look at Axiom for example. 2 years ago that didn't exist. We'd all been using World Edit and Voxel Sniper for more than 10 years.
Agreed.
So that's what we want. We want new blood coming into the community, and videos like what you're working on are going to definitely provide that. Because like I feel inspired looking at this, and I'm helping you dig this out, and I've been talking to you about it for months now. How do you think the audience are going to feel once they see this massive build when it's finished?
Yeah, it's true. I guess I've gotten a little bit desensitized to it over the months of planning and grinding.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I do know exactly what they're going to say. They're going to claim you did it on creative mode. That always happens.
I mean, in a sense, they're not wrong. I did, in fact, design it in creative.
If anything, that's a badge of honor. That's what you want.
The thing that I've always had, the reaction that I've wanted, that I've been craving from people when I release a video that has a landscape is just, I love the wows. Like, this is amazing. Those are the reactions that I strive for.
Yeah, that's what you want. That's how you build a community out of that sort of content. Because if you're going to be a builder, and then you go and build something that isn't very good, then no one's going to watch you.
You're not wrong.
And that's from personal experience because I used to be that person in 2016 with my content. I used to do the city building thing and it wasn't very good, so no one watched.
The one thing that always bums me out is when you have a video that's really well made, has great content, a great flow, like very well edited, and a very good build, and it doesn't get the views that it deserves. Like, that always irks me.
Yeah, the YouTube game nowadays for that stuff is a bit all over the place. You've got plenty of people that say, oh, it's all about your skills and all that stuff. But I'm going to be honest, it's not. There's a whole lot of luck that's involved.
So much luck.
Yeah. Some people make it, some people don't. It's no different to winning the lottery, in my opinion.
True.
Yeah, to be honest, I've thought about this stuff for years. Like, when was it you started doing your whole YouTube thing?
I started February of 2022.
Right.
So I'm still relatively new to the game.
Yeah, it's still relatively new, but 2 years in, so that's still good, right? In those 2 years, the YouTube space has changed. Yeah, you've had shorts that have become a big part of people's content. What else? Live streaming's been upgraded quite a bit, as you're aware of, as you're streaming right now. It never used to be like this. Used to be a lot harder. And the overall algorithm and stuff it's also been modified. Now, the content that did well 10 years ago won't do well now. And as someone who's around 10 years ago, well, hold on, it's actually more like 12. I've been around for 12 years on YouTube. The meta has changed drastically. Nowadays, what YouTube seems to emphasize the most is big builds, things that are kind of flash, so like big challenges, that sort of stuff. Or, I don't know, Minecraft essays. So like I'm talking about, I don't know, the Minecraft mob vote, or how the recent redstone changes are like super controversial, that sort of stuff. Negative headlines get views. It's like a newspaper.
True. Very true.
I hate to draw that comparison. But yeah, like I'm of the opinion with this sort of content that everyone and their dog wants to be a content creator. I would say a YouTuber, but that's not necessarily accurate. There's lots of different forms of content you can make now. But everyone wants to do it, which is fine, you know?
It has a nice allure to it.
Yeah, but the issue is when everyone does it, the competition is far higher, which makes it harder for individuals to grow. Because you're directly competing with lots of other people around your size. And it's not as if YouTube's pitting you against each other. That's not how it works. It's about audience demand and stuff, and whether YouTube decide to share your content with the right audience. It's really weird. I would one day like to see the underlying logic behind all of this stuff. Mainly because the programmer in me wants to see that stuff because I think it's quite neat. And also to see if I would say to see if I can game the system, but that's not what we want. No, you don't want to cheat.
Don't want to cheat.
No.
You want to be successful, but you want to earn that success.
Yeah, sure. And that's why recently I've kind of changed my mind about the whole over editing thing. But for the past few years, I've really been I've thought, yeah, that stuff's quite neat. But see now, I don't like it as much. It takes so much extra time to do stuff, and you end up making less videos. The less videos you make, the less opportunity you have to grow.
100%.
Lots of people will say, there's such and such channel that released one episode or one video and instantly got 100,000 views. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Did they have a channel before that they haven't said? Chances are they have. That's why they're able to do that. So yeah, it's really weird. It's Splash said you aren't cheating, just better understanding the rule. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, very true.
I've just realised this is a very deep lake.
It is, yes. And it's funny, looking at it now, if you look at the blocks, I guess you can't because you don't have the schematic loaded, but we're at the depth now to where the majority of the blocks now are just black concrete.
All right, yeah.
So it's going to take a lot of the light. So my effect was to try to make it look more infinite, if that makes sense.
I get what you're going for, yeah.
Yeah. But it's one of those, I probably could have gotten that effect without actually digging it down 20 or 30 blocks deeper than it needed to be.
I know some people get that same effect by doing layered glass. But obviously you can still see through it, kind of. So you're better off kind of doing it as deep as you have.
And I had considered that effect, but it's one of those, I feel like I'm fighting the mods most of the time to try to find one that does the connected glass texture, and then if you don't have that in there, say I do a world download and somebody's computer doesn't have the capability to run all those mods, then I feel like I've immersion broken it for them when I could just work a little harder and just dig this a little deeper.
Yeah, I think that's a fair compromise. That's why I like when different people will use certain resource packs that no one else has access to for their build. Looks good in the resource pack, doesn't look good anywhere else.
Yep.
That's yeah.
And
speaking of, were you still wanting that chest resource pack thing?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Here I am talking about trying to make it better for everybody, and then I'm like, I want my chest to be dark.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, chest, I think that's acceptable as long as it isn't the whole build,
Yeah, true.
Drop us a message later on, just with what type of chest it was you wanted.
Yeah, I can do that.
I can get that made for you. I mean, to be honest, if you just wanted the variant chests version of whatever chest it was, I could just rip the textures from it.
Alright. Yeah, that's probably what I'll end up wanting. So
Yeah.
for a little backstory for the chat who's been listening in here, we initially had a mod on the server called Variant Chests, which was really cool. And essentially what it was is that it allowed you to build different colored chests based off of what wood you had. Something that we all felt as a community needed to be in the game. We tried to add mods and changes to the game that we feel should have already been in there to begin with. And the variant chest was it. Unfortunately though, when we went to update to 1.21, as Death can probably go into more detail, essentially there was a compatibility issues with it, and it just essentially would not load the world, or it would crash the world. So we had to delete it.
Yes, and it was quite unfortunate. Now, at the time when we set up the server, I did foresee this happening, but I didn't think it would happen as soon. Because I didn't think that the developers would decide to completely redo the way they handle NVIDIA, which they now have.
But in their defense, I do believe there was some background changes by Mojang that has changed like the coding for some of the blocks and entities within the game, right?
Yeah. So there has been a few background changes, which, in my opinion, are for the best.
That's
At
good.
the end of the day, like, the developers aren't responsible for those mods we used. That's on us. That was a mistake we made, and we'll never make it again.
Yep.
It's a learning experience. But I suppose it's
Absolutely.
better to happen now than it happening in 5 years when we have 500,000 chests.
You know what? That is an excellent point.
Because what everyone doesn't realise is, in order to update the server, we had to replace all of those chests manually.
Yep.
And we'd had to take the items out of the chest and then put them back in.
Because if we didn't, is that it would have just deleted the chests and all of the items in it.
Yeah. Because I did a kind of rough kind of, napkin math, and we had anywhere between 5,000 and 15,000 chests on the server.
Oof.
So yeah, that was quite a let's just say we all panicked a bit.
There was so much panic.
Yeah.
We got there though.
Yeah, it was a bit of a mad rush. What was it? Was it the Monday? I tried to update, that failed, and then we tried again on Friday, and it was fine. So 4 days to update all those chests.
That was a very stressful set of time frames.
Yeah. But yeah, like when it comes to this stuff, we do discuss it as a group. We take a vote. If everyone wants it, then we will go ahead. But obviously we discuss it at length just to make sure everyone's on the same page, right?
Yep. Make sure that it actually is a good fit for what we're going for.
Yeah. And that's why we have a bunch of other features in the server, like the ability to insta-mine deep slate. But you can only do that with an netherite pick that has efficiency 5, along with the haste 2 and strength 2 beacon effects. So, neat little drawbacks like that, which we think should be in the game. Come on, Mojang, you know what to do.
Mm-hmm. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Yeah, right. I think that sort of stuff is fair to have.
Agreed.
Yeah, Splash. You didn't have all that many chests at your base, so it was fairly quick for me to swap over. Yeah, when we made the change, there was probably still a few chests on the server that got deleted. Because unfortunately I couldn't just scan the entire server to find out where they were.
Right.
Well, I could have wrote a Python program to do it, but I would have still been running it right now. So no. At the end of the day, I think it's good that it happened.
Yes. It was a good lesson learned.
Yeah.
And, like you said, it would have been so much worse in a couple years.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, if we were a server that decided never to update, we would have been okay.
Agreed.
But we want all the new stuff.
We want auto
Just the
crafters.
Yeah, right.
Please.
But yeah, it was a compromise we had to make there. And to be honest, I'd do it again.
Yeah, it all worked out. If there was any items lost, they weren't significant enough for us to be aware of them.
Yeah, like I lost a bunch of stuff in my base because I had that many chests that were connected to farms that I decided I'm not changing this. So
Oh, that and it's a farm, so it'll just give it a week and it will have restocked.
yeah, that's exactly it.
For my double chest of ancient debris and diamond blocks that I have, clearly that got lost. I'm not at all mad about that.
Now, I see what you're trying to pull there. Hold on, you're trying to pull a
Wait a
fast
minute.
one.
He's on to me.
Did you think my head button's up the back? Yeah, come on. What's the gravel there is?
Yeah, this is flying now with all these everyone else's assistance. I was literally working on this yesterday, and I think I spent 3 hours, and I did a layer and a half. By that I mean 6.5.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, like a bunch of us were on, and as you could see earlier in the stream, a few of us had set up a little sitting area to watch. So we're more than happy to lend a hand.
I do appreciate it. That's what I like about SMP stuff. I just love the community and the camaraderie that we've all kind of built. We all understand that we're adults, we have other obligations, so when we can help each other out, it's super helpful to do that.
Yeah, and I know because of the nature of the server, with us all being in different time zones, sometimes you don't see anyone for a while. But it's times like this where we know, oh, such and such is streaming, or there's an event. A bunch of us do try to come on to at least help, because no offense, time, but we've been watching you for a wee while, and we knew because of the scale of this project you needed help. That's why we're here.
We did this for you. We know that you're not having the best time.
Yeah, we'll try to help you get this finished a wee bit quick.
I do appreciate it. I'm sure all of my viewers would like to see this thing fully visualized and formed. Yeah, this is gonna be epic.
Yeah, like I do know that the scale you're working at, and if you see if this was me, I would have done this thing which is super lazy and is totally a me thing to do. I would have removed all the water, and I would have bombed this all the way down to bedrock, and then just bombed from there.
See,
Which is a lot harder to do.
Looking at it now, that probably would have been the smart thing to do. And can't you make a flying machine to put in water? I think Flashes has done that, right?
Yes, you can. Yeah. Yeah. We did it a couple of years ago. I'm not sure if it still works. I think it does. But the idea is, I can't remember if you push or you pull a water lobster. It's one of them.
Oh. And it actually makes water sources, or is it all just flowing water?
That'll all be flowing water. I don't think it makes water sources, unfortunately. No, it doesn't.
Lazy, that's normal.
I know what some people do is they use a machine like that, then we're going with kelp around like two sides, and then also that creates infinite sources for you.
Oh, yeah, true.
But then again, that would just fill up an entire cube of water. So that might not necessarily be what you want.
That's the thing, that next time if I should decide to do this again, I would probably do the giant square thing and then just build the train back up under the water. Just set up a conduit or something. It wouldn't look as good from a content standpoint, but it would be more feasible.
Yeah, see, that is the issue. Like I know you could do that, and there's actually a way for you to like remove the texture of water, so that basically the water disappears. So you can have water here and it doesn't look like it.
That's smart.
I don't know if tweaking more can do it. I'll need to look at it. I haven't used it in years. But I can do a bunch of neat features like that. But if you could do that, you build a conduit. It might look a little bit funny, having a conduit in the middle of nowhere.
A floating conduit.
It would be the most feasible thing you could do, I suppose.
So Splashes is saying that it could be modified. I'd be interested in seeing the mechanics behind that.
Yeah. As technical people in the community, we always come up with ways to try and do as little work as possible.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, once again, it's one of these issues of year over year things. You've been forced to do things at a larger scale. That's exactly why that happens.
Mm-hmm. I think it's about time to go through all these shulker boxes here.
Yeah, but I'm starting to fill up quite fast. It's also a good time for me to switch over picks. Yeah, I've got an entire shulker box here of enchanted picks, but none of them have silk touch, so it's just all raw cobble I'm getting.
Oh,
It's all good. I was going to do this tomorrow, but tonight I'm building a stone farm, so if for whatever reason you don't have enough stone, but I think you do,
I hope I do.
let me know. In spots where this is one of those designs where you just walk up in your mind. So I can basically let you use it when I'm not around,
Oh,
if
okay.
you'd like.
Is it time proof?
I mean, there's a switch on it, but yeah, just don't
Ooh,
spam it.
complicated. All right, where's the last filled cobblestone shulker?
This one.
So those are all completely filled?
Yep, and I'll put this one back at the beginning.
Oh, this one was not filled.
Oh, wait, what?
Let's see, this one. That one.
Ah, right, hold on, let me swap this over so we're all organized.
Look at that, gotta make more chests for cobblestone now.
See that autocrafter I've designed, it automatically makes chests for me,
Oh,
which
nice.
I'm so happy about because I hate crafting them. Because I need them all the time for hoppers and shulkers.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm just gonna run with my silk touch for. Okay, we have enough shulker boxes. I guess I could be pausing right now since nobody's digging. Save myself a little bit of editing time.
I'll be right back.
Okie dokie. Do I want one? Are you referring to a water logging flying machine splashes? Sorry, I just read your chat. Got hyperfixated here on organization.
I figured out how to do it. Do you want one?
So I guess would it require a big, large cubed area in order to do, or like could I just fly it down the center of the lake and then just have to spread it from there?
It would form a square. Do you mind if the water underneath the top layer is running? Is that okay?
I mean, I feel like eventually I'd end up having to turn it all into sources eventually. So I suppose for now it wouldn't really be a huge thing.
Okay, then you would just need to make a square, or really we make a bunch of lines of different length of different widths, and then we just send the flying machine down. It'll create a big row. It'll create sources along the top, and then the bottom will fill in
Okay.
instantly.
Maybe what I can do is I can, once I finish digging out this area, I can just make like a schematic of it and send it to you, and then you can kind of tinker around with like the most optimized path then for it.
Sure.
So I can't imagine it'd be a super complicated flying machine, right?
No. And for this one, how wide is it?
I
How
think
wide is your
it's
whole system?
at the widest point or narrowest point.
The widest point.
Probably close to 7,500 blocks.
7,500 blocks?
No, 75 to 100 blocks.
Oh, okay, yeah. So if you use the instant wire, it's a bit more complicated. But there isn't a need for the instant wire flying machines on this sort of thing because because you could just send one row off at a time. When we did the mycelium killing, we had to keep all the water at a precise level, or it would all flow funny. So there, you needed the instant wire. But for this, you probably don't actually. So it shouldn't be particularly difficult.
Okay,
Probably
well,
be
that's
like
good
a
to know.
2-hour task in total.
No kidding, as opposed to 50 hours worth of manually placing buckets. Yeah,
Okay,
there probably
first
still
off,
will be some of
use
that.
ice.
I mean, to be fair, I would have recommended just doing the whole ice spam thing. But yeah.
Would the ice melt? Since I'm
Well,
not in a cold biome?
if you don't have a block, well, you'd have to basically break it with a fortune 3 pick, and it turns into water. But that's only if it's a block beneath it. So if you're just placing it along the sides, it will automatically fill in. Then you're fine. But if you want to place just one layer above, you need like temporary blocks beneath it.
Well, I definitely want it all to be water sources at the end, so I guess ice around the perimeter would be the best move.
Probably then, yes.
Well, sounds like I need an ice farm.
Oh,
Hey, welcome back.
I'm on it.
Still mining away.
Okay, I'm gonna go away now. Bye bye.
Oh.
See you later, Splash.
Two splashes.
I'm gonna be in the chat, but yeah, bye.
Alright.
I have an ice fan in the works. It was meant to be for the Nether Hub, but obviously, so that's why I haven't done it yet, because there's no rush for that. But I can do that soon, and I just keep that footage for a later day, and then obviously because you'll never finish yet. I think
that would be
Maybe
very
not.
beneficial to have.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we do need it for the blue ice.
Yes.
Anyway. So, and to be honest, I'm fed up of mining icebergs when I need more ice for water streams. But yeah, I can sort that out for you. And for something like this, I probably need maybe 15, 20 shoulders. No, that's probably a wee bit too much, but
You think
I'll
so?
have plenty.
Okay.
Not to worry, I can get you set up.
Good to know. Like I said, I could use all the help I can get on this project. What have I been brud about? Time, do you guys do PvP or? No, we don't PvP. Definitely more builder focused here.
Yeah, to be honest, we were just gonna chill, hang out, build, and yeah, sure, if someone wants to do that for a video, then okay, just as long as everyone was okay with it.
Yeah, it's more prearranged.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not gonna do like a big wall like lifesteal or whatever. That's a bit outside of our remit, I think.
My union contract prohibits PvP. I think we're actually starting to reach the point where the lake width is starting to compound its width or whatever. I guess it's getting narrower and narrower.
Yeah, I can see that. That's what you want. Yeah, do you reckon this was like one of the widest bits?
Yes. I think the only issue that I have now is that it's not quite as angled anymore. It's a more vertical kind of dugout was the look I was going for by glaciers. So it takes a lot longer for the lake to form at the bottom. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Am I good at PvP? I am absolutely terrible at PvP. There's a reason that I carry around a totem, and that's because I can barely even fight mobs. I couldn't imagine another like super intelligent person at the other end of a controller fighting me. I would definitely classify myself as a builder.
Yeah, I haven't been good at PvP since 2015. That's when I last did it.
I've just never really been something that's interested me personally. I gain more satisfaction from trying to recreate realistic stuff in Minecraft or creating a fantasy landscape. Looks like Repook has left.
Yeah, I think he's away to work. I'm not sure.
Oh, I guess you guys are quite a bit ahead of me in my time zone.
To be fair, he works in like a bar, so
Yeah, that would be a prime time to head off to work.
Yeah.
Well, level 20.
My work schedule for the next month is a bit funny. So like I only work 3 days a week, one of which is at home. The 2 days I'm actually going away to work. One day I start at 2 o'clock, another day I start at 11 a.m. So
Oh my.
yeah, it's a bit all over the place.
I'm a pretty consistent start at 6 a.m. kind of guy.
Mm.
And to answer your question, now you see, the server has been active. Correct me if I'm wrong, Death, but it's been... We're not even at a full year yet, are we?
9 months so far.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, so we started, it was around the 11th of December, around that date. So yeah, 9 months.
I feel, as a whole, there's been quite a few large projects that have been tackled.
Yeah, there's been quite a few large ones.
Oh. What's this?
Quite a few.
Go.
Nope, I had rain turned off, so I didn't even realise. Yeah, let's try to think. There's this one. I'd consider your starter base a large project, for sure.
Definitely a larger project in terms of scale, complexity.
There's Boss's villager area.
It's so
It's
cool.
massive, and he's working on another mega project right now. Don't want to spoil anything for that.
Your area is working its way very quickly towards a mega build.
Oh yeah, it's
That infrastructure in place.
yeah. I'm happy I didn't do all that in one video. I'm happy we could have spread it out a bit, so it gives me time to kind of let it breathe. Because as you're aware, I've changed my mind several times. Yeah, I kind of let it. I build a bit, I let it sit for a while, and I come up with different ideas, get audience feedback, get feedback from you guys. And yeah, everyone else, Cooper, his project is fairly big. His build.
And Josh has been expanding his build.
Oh yeah, Josh has been working away. And obviously there's that other project of bosses that Bleaker helps out with on occasion.
I can't wait to do a world tour at like the 5-year mark and go back and see all these projects.
Oh, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so much stuff to show.
It is.
That's one of the things I'm proud of. Compare us to other SMPs with creators on it. They only have maybe a year or two at the most to do stuff. We don't have that limit. So the only limit is our creativity, really.
Exactly. As well as, we're so gonna be nice and established as far as farms and stuff like that. So it's not that restart of a server. Oh, I got to build this same gold farm for the 5th time in 5 years. We just already have that infrastructure in place.
Yeah, I was that fed up with the server restarts that every server restart, I would do the exact same thing, the exact same playthrough, before I had enough stuff to do my whatever big build I wanted.
Yep.
So this has been a big change of pace for me.
It's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been really good. Oh my god, will that load down? You're getting slimes spawning in here now.
Yeah. Need to hurry up and fill it up with water.
Oh no. But no, like I've got that area and I've got several other mega projects thought of. I haven't necessarily planned them yet. And that big amethyst farm I want to build because we can push the budding amethyst blocks. I've came up with a name for it. I haven't necessarily designed the farm yet.
Okay.
So I wrote it down. So I'm either going with Project Lavender or Project Violet.
Ooh, either of those sound really good.
Yeah, it's related to the overall colour, and yeah, it's kind of neat. People are clever, they can catch on. But that's going to be like a 5-year project because, no offence, but it's going to be a lot of work. Push these amethysts like 5,000 blocks, having to dig tunnels to access them.
I don't feel like we're tackling little projects here on the server.
No, that's definitely not our thing. Not saying that there's anything wrong with doing things small.
No, absolutely not.
Just we want to be different. That's all. Yeah, sure. Some of our players do the smaller things, and we're totally okay with that. It's not a competition.
Well, it's one of those. They're starting small. They're not starting with a mega build. They're expanding.
It's like we're gradually evolving, changing over time with this
Yes,
server.
absolutely.
Oh man, you're right. This is getting quite narrow.
Yeah, we'll be done with this layer in. See how many more blocks? Yeah, this next one will be significantly smaller. And then I know I was planning on 4-hour stream, but this has been flying by so quick. I might finish it off once we finish this section, because there's a lot of kind of prep work that I have to do to each section.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I know you need to dig out the sides and stuff, and with the speed we've been going at, we've been doing it a wee bit too fast for you.
yep. I mean, I'm not complaining at all. I've been working on this exact section for probably 3 weeks now. So to have it finished this quickly is awesome.
Yeah. Have you like recorded every minute of it so far?
Unless I forgot to hit resume every once in a while.
Yeah, right. See, I know that's a thing that can slow it down, because if it wasn't something you recorded all the time, you just put out a message saying, hey, look, I need X such and such done, and then a week later it's done.
And that's kind of what
I
happened with the forest removals. I kind of just let Bleaker loose. I'm like, hey, record it if you want to. Like, I'd love the footage, but don't feel obligated.
Yeah. Well, no, I do think, like, especially today, we've come a really long way. It's been so fast.
Yes. So thankful.
Do you know how much further you've got to go to get down to the bottom?
To the bottom of this lake?
Yeah.
Like 6 more layers.
Ah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, this will be done here in a few more trips.
That is amazing.
And it's just going to be getting narrower and narrower.
I'm hoping everyone that's watching is enjoying the process of it.
Yeah.
No offense, this is like therapy for me. This is what I like to do to chill.
For me, I do enjoy a good grind every once in a while. Not as much as I'd prefer to be in a creative world right now and designing up something. But I did put out like a poll on my Discord, so if you're not part of my Discord, dropping a little bit of selfless promo here, that's jump into my Discord, and I actually put out a poll or tally to see what I should have tackled in today, and the majority was survival. I said, hey, I could be in survival digging out the next project, or I could be in creative messing around with Axiom. And this is what the people wanted, so this is what they get.
Yeah.
I think they just want to see me finish. They're holding me accountable. Good on them.
Yeah. They want you to make another video.
Hold me to my time frames. Alright, I am going to pause the recording since we're both emptying our inventory.
Yes.
Don't let me forget. So much andesite.
I know.
Love it. I have quite a few builds that are going to require massive amounts of andesite.
Yeah. Right. I'll be back in a few minutes. I need to go and repair my shovel because I only have one.
You want to grab one of mine?
Oh, you have several, yes.
So right here inside this orange shulker box, my spare tools.
Oh man, you're the man. Okay, that's brilliant. I will take that and I'll put my shovel in my ender chest so I don't forget about it.
All right.
Well, hold on, I've got another one in my ender chest anyway.
All right, so let's see.
See, I'm hardly ever in there, so that's why. Okay.
Okay. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, this got so narrow so quick. Don't start digging. I'm still paused.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the side that you're on, I'm gonna push that in by probably 3 more blocks, and then I'll start digging the next layer down.
Mm-hmm.
Who's over there? start the replay again. Or if you just want to start that way. By running north.
Okay, okay.
And I'll just start the next layer down. I'm on level 27. Take this. 7. 24. Right.
Yeah, I was gonna make like a full like shulker box of like extra tools, because I've got an extra shulker of diamond tools, right? Pickaxes. But before we did the server update the first time, a bunch of my villagers died. Randomly.
What?
Yeah, I don't even know how it happened.
Not even
So
like
it
a
was like-
lightning strike or something? Like they just disappeared?
Oh, they just straight up disappeared. Like,
Weird.
to be honest, I need to get them out of that data. I need to get them integrated into my build. So yeah, like I'm at a point right now where I could replace them and risk it happening again, or I hold off and put those guys in there when I finish off that part of my base. And in the meantime, like I've got to deal with Josh when I go and use his.
Okay, I was gonna say if not, like I'm all set up with villager trading hall. I have all of the books in shulker boxes, so I'm a little closer to you than he is.
Yeah, that's true. I appreciate the offer, and I'll probably make use of it, because yeah, I do need to kind of prepare for that sort of stuff, because, well, to be honest, one of the projects I want to do is I want to hand dig it for a minute.
Ooh.
Because normally I just bomb them out and it's done in a day or so.
Subtle
That's kind of
flex.
boring. Yeah. I kind of want to just like put in like a proper like, half grind and then dig it out myself. Because I've done it once before. But that was like years ago. It was a nether primitive, so I hit like a, what do you call it? Willer skeleton farm.
Oh yes.
And then I dug the whole thing around it. It looked really cool, but it took so long to do.
I believe it. Luckily though, netherrack is insta-mine, so without a beacon.
Yeah, it is. The issue I had last time is basically mobs kept on spawning, mainly ghasts.
Oh yeah, I can see the frustration there.
Yeah, and there was a massive lava lake beneath me.
Ah, I see the problem.
Yeah. So if I were to do it again, which I will probably, I'll either make it an overworld only one, or I'll have like a mob switch in the nether right above my area.
Very smart. But how would a mob switch in the nether work? I understand the principles in the overworld. You just use water to push them back and forth into those chunks. But how would it work in the nether?
So I suppose it depends on the design you use. So when it comes to overworld ones, I know that obviously there's the one where you can push them in and out of the spawn chunks. That is cool. I prefer to use a slightly different technique. So rather than having them be pushed down and out of the spawn chunks, I'd basically build whatever it is. So if it's zombie villagers or shulkers, I mainly use shulkers for it. I'll have them in like a big holding cell somewhere in the world, and I'll just chunk load it instead.
Oh, just turn it off and turn a chunk loader on and off.
Now, because we're on a server, that won't work, because obviously each person has their own mob cap.
Yep.
Single player, it's fine. So on the server, basically the area I'm building in, I basically build it directly on top, and then once I'm finished and I know everything's good to go, I get rid of it. And then there you go. That's all there is to it. But yeah, to be honest,
your redstone breaking game stuff.
I know, but to be honest, I'm probably just going to do it in the overworld because it's far easier.
Yeah.
And
agreed.
I was looking to see if there was like a quad witch hut on the server. So I used a program to scan the entire world, and there wasn't.
There was?
No, there wasn't. There was nothing.
No quad witch hut in this entire world.
No. Now the program could be faulty, because there should be at least one in each world. Now there was like several 100,000 candidates that were almost there. Just the fourth witch hut was in the wrong position.
Oh.
So I need to spend a bit more time learning.
Be quite the farm though.
Yeah. Or I just settle for a triple witch hunt instead. Which, to be honest, I might do that because it's a lot closer to spawn.
I feel like when
Less-
we were first talking about the server, you were looking for one of those.
I mean, I thought about it, and then I was, oh well, we've got raid farms, so why bother?
Yeah. And Mojang's
Peddler,
like, see ya.
yeah, I'm regretting that decision now. Big time. How could they do this to us?
I've said it before, and I'll say it again here live, is that I really wish Mojang would allow us to make that like a game rule or something.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Like, let us play how we want. And was a strong, firm stance on that with the whole villager update that they had proposed for the snapshots. And I was so far against that. I'm still holding firm that it should be an option.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it
It's
as
like-
experimental.
So I think the big thing for me is, see, most games, they don't have the same like update life cycle as Minecraft does. They maybe live 3 or 4 years and then that's it. Minecraft has been getting constant updates since 2009.
Very true. Very, very true.
And in that time, several things have become standard in the community, whether it's like concrete dupers and whatever, right? And then the developers are fine with it for a while, and then all of a sudden, one day, they decide, nope, we're not doing it anymore. We're going to get rid of it. So by doing so, they're appealing to new players, but by extension, they're alienating their players that are already there. Which isn't a move you want to make if you want to keep players playing, you know?
If you want to keep it popular.
Yeah.
If you're just trying to make it a cash cow and just cash in a little bit, then yeah, just do that then.
It's like if I were to do like a single player world again, and knowing me it'd be redstone heavy, I would do it before 1.21.
Hmm.
And I'd just sacrifice all the new stuff. Just out of it. I would say it was spite, that's not necessarily the right word, but yeah, out of protest, there you go.
And then just add in a mod or something for the auto crafter.
Add a mod in, code it in, or just use that data pack, the experimental one in the hand. Which basically did the same thing.
Yeah, Splash.
But yeah.
You do have a point that it does make them more tedious, but it's one of those like, why? Why would you do this to me? Unnecessarily.
It's just to appease the shareholders, that's what.
Well, I guess in one argument against myself here would be like, you know, what they did with iron farms is they broke how we thought we had them refined, and at the end of the day, they actually made them easier. There was so much pushback on those iron farms. I remember Tango was heartbroken when his Iron Titan got broken. But then, you know, now it's where you can make an iron farm and smaller than a chunk, you know?
Yeah, like they did make them a lot easier to build and work with. So, like, yeah, that's fine. But see, the issue for me with that is, yeah, I'm fine with the update now. Is basically the people that bought iron farms weren't your average players in the first place.
That is absolutely true.
Because most people just go through that two-week Minecraft phase where they want to play Minecraft and then they just do a bunch of kind of regular things like defeat Ender Dragon, explore, that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm. A little speed run or something.
Yeah, like most people didn't bother doing iron farms and things like that because that's just why, you know?
Yeah, most people that actually built something up to an Iron Titan wasn't SMP or something.
Yeah,
Somebody that needed more iron than they could just by mining.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, the people that need that amount of iron are the people that basically you wouldn't consider your kind of average player in the first place.
Exactly.
So yeah, as Splash said, it made them look super boring. Easy to make, boring.
Agreed.
But that's why a lot of people build iron farms now, because not only is it easy, but there's so many tutorials to do all that stuff.
Very, very true.
But no, I do miss the whole raid farm thing. It was such a fun idea. Yeah,
that's a very good point, Splashes. I think Mojang had released like like a statistic or something, and it said that 75 or 80% of the players had never even been to the nether dimension, let alone the end dimension before.
I think that's messed up.
Yeah. Which, like you said, there's people out there that just go through that little Minecraft kick and then satisfied and on to the next game.
Yeah. I mean, when I was a student, I played with people like that. They set up a server. They were, oh yeah, we're going to do all this stuff, and I went into my usual SMP setup thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, villager trading area, iron farms, the whole lot. By the time I finished, no one was playing.
How frustrating.
Yeah. But no, I guess as people that are actually affected by this have to make do and suffer, I suppose.
Or, you know, at the end of the day, the technical community steps in. They find a way to break it.
Yep.
And exploit it.
Yeah, so what was it? For the longest time, you're able to break bedrock using like dragon eggs and other things. And then they'll, oh yeah, we've got rid of that, so you can't do it anymore. Ha 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 ha. 3 weeks later, it's back.
Yep.
Because the technical community found a way.
Well, just like how, you know, SciCraft, they figured out a way to be obtainable bedrock. Granted, they had to play it on an older version, but they did find a way.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end, people will find a way.
Yeah, like, I do agree with Splash. I think there should be more of an emphasis on like super advanced mechanics. They don't necessarily affect normal people, not normal players even, but those that want to dedicate the time to mastering this stuff could reap the benefits of it. That's why the whole raid farm thing was as good as it was. Yeah, sure, the amount of stuff you could get from it was mad, but you had to put a lot of work in to do that.
Absolutely, there was a very lot of mechanics that needed to be in place.
Yeah, it's not as if you could spend 5 minutes like you do building an iron farm and there you go. No, this was like a several hour day affair sometimes.
Then you had to build it in the right spot, in the right way.
Yeah, so the whole locationality argument.
Yep.
And that's the reason why, like, all these like, super good raid farms, like technical people built, I'm counting like, you can probably say less than 1,000 people actually went and built them in the whole Minecraft community.
True.
Because it was such a super advanced concept, and that's the kind of thing I miss. But with the way the game is being developed now, I don't necessarily see something like that coming back unless something drastic changes.
Yeah.
But the whole idea was they actually had one of the technical guys, Nembon. He works for Mojang now.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, so you know how that gunpowder farm that everyone in the server uses? That's his design.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, or it's based on his thing. Anyway.
No, one that has like the kind of diamond shaped in the center, like flush.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically him and a mango came up with stuff. So yeah, it was his, right? So the whole community thought, oh, they're bringing him on. That means there must be not necessarily forget about the redstone community anymore. And yeah, sure, we've got the oil crafter. That was probably his idea, mainly because the carpet crafter thing you used to be able to do with the carpet mod was his. So we know it came from him, for sure. But in doing so, that also kind of gives them the leeway they need to say, oh yeah, but the whole team supported this massive change. It's a slippery slope. That's what I'm trying to say.
Agreed. Respect, to answer your question, we are almost at the final depth of it. As soon as I pop out of this end little section here, I'll show you. So here's an area that's already dug. So I do believe the next layer down should be reaching into the bottom of the lake. So we are at Y level 20. And if I recall correctly, the absolute lowest section of this lake was at like Y level 15 or something like that. So it's a long, deep lake. I do believe it was Repook was actually sharing a screen one day when he was checking out some seeds, and they managed to find a seed where the ocean biome actually went all the way down until like Y minus 50.
Yeah, it's mad that's possible.
Insanely deep ocean. Like, that was so cool.
See, that is the neat part about the new world generation. Now you can get massive extremes like that.
Agreed.
keeps it interesting. So that's the one thing I will give Mojang credit for. They did good on that. It's just a shame it took 3 years for them to do that update. So okay, I'm allowed to call them out. I'm also a game developer.
I don't mean to complain, like, I love what you did, but can you do it faster? To quote Christian Bale in Batman, but does it come in black?
Good film.
Yeah, respect. This is definitely some serious regrets making this lake as big as I have, but I'm committed at this point. And what I keep telling myself as I grumble through this project for weeks and months is that all of these resources are stuff that I'll need to build in the future. And I did move into the larger storage room, so now I now have space to store all of these items.
It's totally not, it totally wasn't forced to do that because of the variant chests issues we were having.
Mm-hmm.
No, that was a totally you decision, right?
Yes.
I mean, I was over at your storage room the other day, and I keep on forgetting how big it is.
So what will make my lake unique? There's a heart in the way, so hopefully I read that right. So right now it looks like absolute trash because it's stone and standard Minecraft generation. But what you can see here is if I fly over the schematic here in the upper right corner, it says schematic Minecraft black concrete. And if I were to go up higher, the blocks will actually change. So this is a completely custom terraformed, custom colored lake. And it's going to have a multitude of gradients and different colors, textures on top of being underwater that I think will make it far more unique. Mix that with the kind of world building setup that I have of this actually being a glacier fed lake, so there's going to be a terraformed in glacier, as well as I even went as far as terraforming in mountains and set it up to where the lakes, or sorry, excuse me, where the snowpack melts into little streams form into a central river, and the river dumps into this. So I'm trying to be more kind of real world mindful as I'm designing this build. So that's what I think will make it more unique.
I'm going to be honest, in 5 years' time, I think everyone's going to be doing that for terraforming. I think you're ahead of the curve there.
Alright, well, I mean, if they like the grind. I'll be honest, this is not an easy project.
Oh no, it's not for everyone.
Not for the faint of heart.
But boy, does it look good.
It will. I think, for those that stick around to the very end of the stream, maybe I will give you guys a little treat to see it. Give you guys something to look forward to for hanging out with me for the next few hours, or for the past few hours. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it after we get this section dug out for a stream.
Yeah.
I think it was great progress.
Yeah.
Far more and faster than I thought I'd get done today. Question for you in the chat, Death.
Oh, what Ant-Farm design was that the slime prince the villagers? I don't. I can't even remember that one. Hold on.
Oh, you're talking... Oh, wait, no. It's not what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of the one that parts around the zombie.
Because I know, oh no, that one didn't use slime either. That used bamboo. Scaffolding. Oh, this must have been like a really old one then. Like before the 1.14 villager change. No, Splash, I can't remember it, sorry. Like, there was that many, like, weird designs before. It's like, they've all kind of like, blended together. I do know something like that existed at one point. Just can't remember the name. Or the design for that fact. Yeah, see, modern Minecraft players have got it so easy with their Ant-Farms. I remember those ones were weird. You had to shift like the centre of the village, and you'd have to stack villages on each other. It's weird.
I remember there was an original Minecraft farm where you had to set up like doors. Oh man, I cannot remember off the top of my head because I built it in my old Minecraft world where you were stacking villages or something like that.
Yeah, that was an farm.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was super cool.
Yeah.
Complicated to set up, but it was cool at the end of the day. I don't ever think I got it running correctly.
Oh, those ones were always like so easy to break or build wrong. Every time I built it, I had to like redo it like 4 times before it worked. So I remember there was like one like really extreme one where it was like 1,000 villages you stacked.
Wow.
Yeah. And super complex stuff, and I thought it was quite neat. But even as good, like as unique as those mechanics were, I do kind of prefer the new ones a little bit more. The only issue is, see the new ones, if you want to get those same rates, so those old farms would have made as much, like 1 million and whatever.
Yeah.
You take up a lot more space.
Yeah. Not to mention a lot more entities and lag.
Yeah, that too. So I remember like whenever Tango would release an Alan farm, because that used to be that guy, the Alan farm guy.
Yep, that was his call to fame. There was the Iron Titan.
So he had the Iron Titan, Iron Phoenix. Those were 2 of his designs. There was an older one he built called the Foundry, as well, but that was like 1.8, 1.7 maybe. Really old.
Respect. If you wouldn't mind, feel free to send any cool like mountain pictures or anything. I'm always looking to add to my repertoire of reference photos for mountains, and I will gladly accept any, like especially if they're like personalized ones you've taken out in nature. I love using ones that people have actually experienced out there in the real world in my references. So feel free to send them to me, however, DM me on any of the socials. Love to see them. I remember during my my tutorial world, when I was doing that landscape with World Edit, I kept like referencing all of these like real world places, and I was using those as inspiration and stuff that I had actually seen hiking around with where I grew up in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, building stuff that you know from real life and real life imagery is the best thing.
Absolutely.
For inspiration.
Some of it's really hard to transfer through to Minecraft, like as far as classic example is those like glacier pushed over trees. They pretty much grow down and then back up, like they're almost U-shaped. That's really hard to translate into Minecraft.
Yeah, the only real way you can do it is if you build it like a stupidly large scale.
Exactly.
But then obviously it doesn't really work, does it?
Unless that's all you're doing,
Yeah. Get one of those like data packs that extends the build limit to like 50,000 blocks, then you can do it.
Someday I'm gonna mess with that. I will make a mini series at some point where I'm playing in a world that has like a 500 plus tall height build limit.
Yeah. See, I think like obviously for a server like this, it wouldn't necessarily work because we update and stuff. But if you're committed to staying on a world like permanently, on like an old version, as long as the data pack's good and whatever means you're using to do that, I think it's okay. Those.
All right, I'm gonna help you catch up on the center section here.
Hey.
We'll jump down and work on this last layer.
Well, we're getting there.
Oh, I get that respect, and I have quite a few core memories kind of locked in my brain that didn't quite get captured with an actual camera, but sometimes your mental cameras can do you better.
See, I'm unfortunate because we don't really have that much nice landscapes near where I live. We've got some like really old mountains which are like, well, they're not really mountains anymore, they're hills.
Now, are you talking in your specific region or just your country? Because I
Oh,
would argue argue you all night on that as far as your country and
my
its
specific
landscape.
region.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Up north of Scotland, there's some beautiful vistas. There really is.
Yes. Agreed.
But around where I live, not so much. We've got some really nice hills that used to be mountains. In fact, those small mountains along the eastern seaboard, the Appalachians, I think they're called. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Those are technically part of the same mountain chain as the ones near me, which aren't really mountains anymore. But obviously, those were joined together like 500 million years ago.
Exactly.
So it's been a wee while.
Well, Pangea action.
Yeah.
Crater Lake, Oregon, or I can't read that other one. Starts with an L. Lake, Oregon, Goose Lake, Washington.
So that was
One of my favorite hikes growing up was either ascending Mount Pilchuck, which was like a 30-minute drive from my house. So I mean, we did that one all the time.
Yeah.
Or Goat Lake. And give you a little bit more specific as to where I grew up. It was such a beautiful lake, especially if you hit it the right time of the year. The water was like a turquoise, or not turquoise. It was like this super beautiful blue, just crystal clear because it's all glacier-fed water. Like an 8-mile hike. Beautiful. You go through like old growth, like birch forest, and then you go through, or not birch forest, but spruce forest. All these really old, like 4-foot wide tree bases, and then you also go through areas of new growth, and then you have a birch forest area. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Nature is so wonderful. Like, I love spending time just looking. Unfortunately, though, most of the time when I get outside, I keep getting caught in this rut of hurrying up to get where I'm going. Get caught in the rat race, and I've been trying to remind myself to sit down and observe nature more. Like when we were out camping over the 4th of July, I made it a purpose to take a few hours each day and go walk around the trails and try to find some trees that I thought were unique and take pictures of them, or try to find a new angle for the river that we were camping by.
Yeah. Oh, Splash has just sent me that ant farm she was talking about. I remember that one now. It's I think Tango built it at one point. Basically, idea is instead of having like a bunch of ant farms spread out, you have them all concentrated in one area. And instead of moving the zombies, you move the villagers up and down. And it's all about lines of sight and stuff. It's really interesting. You've got it all in the timer, but the way they move them back up is you use slime to launch them.
Oh, and then they get like that brief glance of them, or something like that.
Actually, I bought this in my hardcore world. The exact same. Yeah, I've got a schematic of that. Oh my god, I couldn't remember it for the life of me. Yeah, I know that design. I was going to build it on here, but it takes a lot of resources and you need a lot of villagers. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Look up some of the lakes in the Rockies and other ranges. Yeah, I mean, the Rocky Mountains, the Pacific Northwest, the Appalachian Mountains, there's just so much beautiful landscape out there. And it's sad that some people go their entire life, like, not leaving their hometown and getting to experience, like, all of what this world has to offer. Because one of my dreams had always been as a kid was to ascend Mount Rainier. I definitely need to work a little harder nowadays to get myself back into shape to actually hike that. But I'd always dreamed of climbing a mountain.
See, I'm not really... Oh, sorry, on you.
Oh, I was just gonna finish it off and bring my snowboard so I don't have to hike back down.
See, I'm not really one for like climbing hills and mountains and stuff. But one mountain I suppose I would like to climb isn't even on this planet. So
Oh, was it Mount
it's
Olympus
neat.
on Mars or something?
Yeah, Olympus Mons. Yeah. Now bear in mind that thing's like 30 kilometers tall.
Yeah.
So you'd be there for weeks because of the altitude as well. Because obviously you can't breathe, so you need special equipment. Basically, you'd be an astronaut.
Well, yeah, you'd have to be an astronaut anyways to be on Mars.
Yeah, right.
I don't think
Smart.
Mars has a good enough atmosphere to just breathe regular.
No.
Not yet. You know, maybe in 500 plus years we'll figure out a way to reform the ozone layer and make Mars inhabitable, but I don't know. I don't science. I feel like technology has just been improving faster and faster. Now, if you think about it, like, let's look at the time frame here. And there was a point for thousands of years where the best technology out there was like a flint and steel. You know, that was the pinnacle technological invention, and it stood firm for probably 1,000 years. And then here we are, we went 60 to 70 years from inventing powered flight to leaving the planet. What?
Yeah. Yeah, the speed of technological development in the past century has been insane.
It's almost been too fast.
It's clearly people coming back in time and messing with the timeline. That's what's happening.
They're leaving some stuff. There was a movie that I just watched. What was it? But oh, it was like Night at the Museum or something like that. It was the latest one where he leaves a cell phone in there during a World War II scene, and the guy finds it and he ends up, like, his name was Nokia or something like that, and he like reverse engineers it and like altered history because he discovered cell phones by a cell phone.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Splash is right. That Olympus Mons in Mars, you can't even see the top of it due to the curvature of the planet. So it would look weird. It'd be basically like you climbing a very gradual slope.
That's crazy that it's such a tall mountain. So that means that if you're at the very top peak of it, that the curvature of the actual planet would intervene with your line of sight.
Yeah. You wouldn't be able to see the edge of the mountain, which is so weird.
Ooh, swim the channel. That could be fun. I personally am not a very strong swimmer, so that does not appeal to me.
Quite a lot of people have done that. It's a lot of work.
How wide is the English Channel?
Oh, I think it is widest. It's like, so it's narrowest. It's like, well, I don't actually know. I know it's not far. I know you can basically see the other country.
It's still a long ways to swim.
So it's narrowest. It's only 18 miles, 21 miles even. So that's not much at all.
Still longer than I want to swim.
Yeah.
Welcome in,
Yeah,
George. Right. To answer your question as to what happened to Forever SMP, we are currently on it right now. As far as the content release, kind of covered this a little bit earlier, but to kind of recap on it is that, you know, a lot of us have day-to-day stuff and obligations that we need to, and I personally fell victim to tackling way larger projects that I thought I could accomplish in the time frame I gave myself. So that's what we're doing right now, is trying to make progress towards my next mega build.
Unfortunately, everyone's kind of fell into that pattern a bit. Doing things at large scales.
And it didn't help with the update and all that, so a lot of people that were already designing builds are now kind of revisiting them to update the block palettes.
Yes.
Because I had planned on having this project done before we updated. That's why I chose this project. Was because it wasn't very 1.21 heavy as far as the block palettes. Now here I am. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you reckon that once you're finished, you'll take a short break just to recharge?
I mean, I can't speak for myself now. I'd love to say no, I'm going to jump straight into the next project, but that's what I said with my starter build, and I took like a month off, so more
Yeah.
likely than not that it'll be that push that'll kind of burn me out that I'll need to recover from.
Yeah. I mean, for the sake of your own health, I would recommend taking a break because this is quite a size, you know.
Yes, especially with my plans for my next project, which I keep having to remind myself to finish this one before I can design the next one. I'm just having so much fun with that design. It's already completely changed at least once.
Oh. Yeah, I know how that feels.
Yep, you know what I'm talking about. No problem, George. Thanks for hanging out.
Oh, I forgot about this dot. Not much longer now. Really, this part. So close.
Yep, we're making great progress. I think I'm going to actually swap from going the south to north method, and I'm gonna go west to east. Give myself more room to dig out the rest.
All right.
Last little spacer here, because we should be at the point where the lake's gonna very quickly meet to the
Level out.
center. Yeah.
Mhm.
I know this has just been the most exhilarating content, watching me mine magenta blocks. It's one of those things, like, I want to produce the content, but I want it to be entertaining content, and I personally cannot be entertaining enough in my conversations alone. Like, I need to be paired with some sort of like creative design that I could be talking about, or actual building. Like, so this grind thing, it's one of those that I'm sure there's an audience for it, but I've mentioned before that I wouldn't watch it, so why would I expect everyone else to?
Yeah, that's sort of a grinding content. It's an acquired taste.
Yes.
It's not the most riveting of stuff.
Especially when you're working off of a schematic, so that I have magenta colored blocks right now on my screen all the time, magenta or red. Pretty good music though. No complaints on that front. Hasn't been so long since I've done anything content-wise that I forgot what the website is that I use. Yes, yes it has. Definitely,
no.
definitely had to go back through my emails and see what subscription service I used for music, because it's been that long. Oh, I'm terrible.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you work on something like this. It takes you so long. It's easy to forget wee things like that.
True.
No shame in it. I'm close to getting all the stuff that you can remove with a shovel, so in that way I don't fill up my inventory with junk.
Smart. Looks like it's time to some sleep. For me to finally sip some coffee. Had this coffee since before the stream started. Luckily, luckily it was already cold, so I'm not drinking hot coffee right now.
Anything for a caffeine boost?
Yep. At this point, I just feel like an addict. Like, I just need it, man. Give me the caffeine.
Okay, we'll get this section. Leave the space for it, yes.
So I want your honest opinion. Would it have been faster for me to have done a world eater here? and just dug
Yes.
out a big, huge square area.
Yes, you probably would have been able to have this entire area cleared within like 2 hours.
Well, there's a lot of pre-setup, right? It needs to be
Depends
done.
depends on the design. If you use a super quick one, I use 2 hours. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel bad saying that, but
I
you want to
truthfully,
be honest.
truthfully, there's still half a lake that needs to be removed. So I may entertain the idea if you're saying that I could have this thing prepped and ready to go in basically a day's worth.
Yeah. See, the issue with it is you don't end up with these like, super nice like hills to follow. So you end up just having to use like easy place and then just being a bit of a brainless
I mean, I still will be.
drone.
I still will be. Well, it's just one of those. If it's nice and square, you just put light sources down at the bottom, and it's mob proofed. It removes any caves. I think the biggest downfall would be is that I know there's a lot of flooded, lush caves underneath this.
Right. Yeah.
So that would be a very time consuming.
Yeah. So you'd probably end up having to do the lush caves first, so getting them all drained before you can do anything. But obviously that eats into your your prep time.
Yeah. Because my plan was just dig down to a flooded section, drain it, dig down, drain it. So.
You know, there's designs where you basically have sweepers that do everything. So basically, those sweepers remove any liquids you've got.
Oh, that's smart.
But the issue is those designs are a lot more complex and take a lot longer to run.
Okay.
And it's a lot easier for them to break.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Whereas I've got another design which creates a lot more of a mess, but you can build the machine in under 5 minutes.
Oh, like a TNT cannon?
It's basically like a... The idea is it's a TNT duper, so there's 2 of them on the machine. They move back and forth. Every time they move back and forth once, they move over to the left once as well.
Oh, okay.
So it gradually does a large area, and if you do several of them at once, you can quickly clear out an area.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically my go-to thing whenever I'm trying to clear an area now, because I don't see the point in doing one of those like super big world eaters, which is all interconnected.
Yeah.
Because it's the time investment for it.
Well, don't you... The design you're talking about would be one that you do like a pre-mega world eater, where you're just trying to do the perimeter of it, right? You're kind of just digging a little channel.
Oh, so you're talking about like digging trenches and stuff?
Well, yeah. I mean, is that kind of what you were doing before on the videos that I saw of you doing world eater stuff?
Right. Okay. So I've got a few videos where I do stuff. So I've got one where basically I use the big machine. So basically, it's like for the entire width of the area you're digging out, you've got one big machine. So you obviously dig your trenches before using machines for that, and then also just let the big one run.
Okay.
The other ones, which is a lot smaller, so they're little 5-minute builds. Basically, while you're letting that run, if you remember from the time lapse I've shown you, basically breaks the thing up into several independent chunks.
Okay.
So you can see each chunk being eaten away individually at the same time. It's really weird. I'll show you some stuff later on for it.
Yeah, definitely.
Because obviously you want to kind of decide on it ahead of time what you're doing, but even with the super big complicated one clearing things out for you, I do still think it's faster to clear those caves yourself. Because obviously there's different ways you can clear them out. Just section them off and then just drain it with a sponge or fill it with blocks.
Yep.
I guess it really depends on the size of the things, but what you can do is, let's just say you don't want to, those caves are like too far beneath. Basically, you dig down a bunch, and then maybe 4 or 5 blocks where you want the bottom of this to be, you basically dig out that 2 or 3 blocks high, and then you fill it with water. So even a 1 block thick layer of water will be fine. But then that way, if any TNT does get down there, you always end up with a flat surface.
Oh, that makes sense.
But yeah, I can show you a couple of different things for that. I'll use like an old world download, or take a new one. So I'm due to take a new world download from the server next weekend.
Okay.
So I'll take that, and then I'll show you several different things you can do.
All right.
And then obviously you can make a decision then, because then that way you're not here for the next 3 months still digging.
Yeah, because I've kind of been thinking about, I got the original landscape that I picked was, I kind of reshaped it.
Mhm.
So that the lake was the only supposed to be the major digging that I did. The rest of it was building up instead of digging down.
Right.
But I do want to squeeze in a whole bunch of tree farms in this area. I think it'd be appropriate for what I'm doing with this mega forest plan to have all of my tree farms in one location. So I'm thinking I might actually remove one of my little plateau hills and have that be an area for like a industrial tree farm setup.
Yeah. Well, I suppose if you wanted to go ahead with this thing, you could maybe make a little collaborative segment of your episode. I don't know, it's up to you.
Okay.
Or basically, you bring me on, I can show you the concept. So maybe we go out somewhere else in the world and I just run it, and then you just see this thing destroy everything. And I'm like, right, so you want me to do that over there, yeah?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start doing the edges for the last little bit. If you're good to dig out this section.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. See, I am currently on Y level 24. 21. All right, let's finish strong.
Do you know what level it was you started at this today?
You talking about like actual flat paint playing level? Because there was kind of a few hills that I kind of needed to eat away first.
Right, okay, fair enough. Well,
Because I mean,
hold on, I can...
as a whole, you can just use like Y level 62 or 63
Yeah.
as a reference.
Because if I go up to that set of chairs I built, and then we look down, we're standing here, you could see us from over there. So yeah, it's been a fair amount.
You giving us a reference for start and stop?
Yeah. It's... You went down quite a bit, I'll tell you that.
All right. I think we've done... Oops, wrong button.
I'd like to say if you look at that big flat bit that obviously you haven't cleared out yet,
Mm-hmm.
halfway up is where you roughly started today.
I think, I mean, I could
Just
always...
beneath half.
I could go back and check the stream. I think it was level like 43 or something like that. Like, we have
Yeah.
just buzzed through all this. Oh. What's that?
Ah, rain.
Rain, rain, go away, or else I will make you go away. That's so handy to have.
I know, right? I'm so happy we got that sorted. Working.
Also, time your output. Oh, is my actual voice quieter than everything else? I haven't been talking very loudly. To be completely honest, my throat does kind of hurt from all this talking. I'm still not 100% of my voice yet. But I suppose that's what settings are for, and I can bump myself up a little bit here. My mic's almost all the way up. Let's... How about that? Okay, we're pushing into the yellow now. Alright, it's completely maxed out, so this is about as loud as I'm going to get. What's my microphone set at? Can I turn it up a little bit? How about now? How about now? Better. See what happens. Yeah, my voice is bordering on shot.
Yeah, no wonder you've been talking all stream.
I'm an introvert, man. I don't talk this much.
See, I experience this every day when I'm teaching, because I'm the same. I prefer to sit in silence when I'm doing stuff. Yeah, it's tough.
The sacrifices we make.
Yeah. See, that's one of the reasons why I enjoy recording when I'm ill. I know that sounds a bit weird to say, but it's because I force myself not to do any like commentary or anything, so I can just chill and do whatever project I'm working on. And I just record the commentary later on.
Very unique way of doing that. It's always kind of fun to hear like different people's recording / editing techniques.
Yeah, I think it's neat how everyone does their stuff differently.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I've only really been doing it this way for like the past year and a half. See, before everything was live commentary all the time.
Cannot hear death. Can't read what that says. Death.
Hold on, let me listen back to the stream and see what the volume's like.
I can always turn him up in Discord if needed. I feel
Sounds
like
fine in my end.
Bleaker was coming through a little loud earlier.
Okay. I feel like I'm empty my inventory constantly right now.
I know, it's different from how you normally do things.
Oh, I know, I just leave everything to despawn, it's great.
You're a monster, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, it's a habit I need to break. No.
Well, I mean, it's one thing that if you just let the blocks despawn and then you realize that you got to build something like, oh, now I need all these blocks and you have to go mine them again. But in your case, you've built the infrastructure that, like, it doesn't matter if all that stone gets despawned when you have a stone farm that makes a quadrillion billion stone every 30 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, it does help having all that infrastructure. Oh my god, a raid just spawned in front of me. Not a raid, a patrol. That's right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Like a
it
raid.
does help. It does help, I do admit. So I need to replace my pick. Hold on. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why. But to be fair, early on in the server, before I had a lot of the stuff, I also did that. Where I wouldn't pick things up, and I did regret it. So it is definitely something to watch out for when I do need stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Right now, well, because of the phase I'm at, it's no longer an issue. But if I were to start again, yes.
So I'm a hoarder. I just like to have that collection of blocks.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Until you
Nothing
have to
wrong
move
with
it
having
all.
a hobby. Yeah.
Like
How
in
long
the
did
case.
it take you? How long did it take you to move everything over?
I mean, I did have Bleaker's help, but I'm not totally organized or anything. It's all just physically moved to the other storage room. I think it took like 2 days. It wasn't terrible.
That's not bad.
Because I had Bleaker boxing up everything in my old storage room and just staging it outside, and I was just flying back and forth and haphazardly putting it approximately where it was supposed to go. I probably need to find some day of actually organizing these because it's driving me nuts. I'm like, right, I know exactly where I kept the sugarcane in my old storage room. But now I've just put it randomly in this chest with these other drops. Maybe that'll be a stream for another day.
That's why I always hate like moving base. Is that exact same thing happens to me. I lose stuff. It's so easy to do that.
I mean, I'm like that in real life too. Like, if my wife moves something, I'm like, it's clearly gone. I have no idea where it is. Like, at this point, I've lost my headphones. The ones I use at work.
Yeah.
They're gone. They were sitting on the bathroom counter, and they are no longer on the bathroom counter where I put them. I mean, it's on me. I put them on the bathroom counter when clearly that's not where electronics should go. Because most of the time what happens is I take them home from work to charge them or something like that, and then I'll stage them on the counter for me to remember to take back to work. And I had forgot to stage them with my other work stuff, so
yeah, they
got put away, and she doesn't know where she put them. So.
That's not good.
And it's not like they're super expensive AirPods or anything. I think they're like $20, like imported super cheapo headphones that sound quality was terrible on. I'm not heartbroken that I've lost them.
See, I'm when it comes to work stuff, I'm in a fortunate position where they offer me equipment, and I always say no because I bring my own. Because I can't stand the stuff they offer. It's like my boss was like, "Oh, you can requisition a laptop so you can teach," and I'm like, "Yeah, what's the hardware in it?" She said, and I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not taking that."
That's junk. I think my desktop and mics are no longer sound. That's weird. I do have my desktop turned down a little bit. The music's coming through pretty loud on my end. It's almost too loud, honestly. But if I go to online, it's basically on mute. May have to reconfigure some OBS stuff. My computer likes to update and just mess with all of my settings. It drives me nuts.
Oh, it's so annoying when that happens.
Oh, gosh. Like, make that illegal. Punishable by death.
See, that's why whenever I'm in the middle of a video, I try not to update anything. Just so that doesn't happen, because it's less work in the edit.
I hear you. Unfortunately, my computer gives me like 3 weeks and it's just like, I'm updating. Screw you and your dreams and ambitions.
Out of curiosity, how many blocks have I mined? So I know obviously this will be tainted by the blocks I've mined in my own base. Let's see.
Good to know, respect, thank you.
197,000 stone.
Okay.
Respectable, but
let's see, where am I?
As much as you.
What did I tell everybody to remember? It was like 537,000? No, it was 571,000. But realistically, I've only mined like 20,000 some blocks. That's significantly less than I was expecting. Figured I'd at least be in the 600,000s by now.
Yeah.
Granted, I've been doing a lot more of the edge work, so I haven't been able to just ram through massive amounts of stone. It's been a little bit more refined digging.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I don't know if it's a generation thing, but I swear that in river biomes, there are more ores. Not ores, but like granite and diorite and stuff. There was one section where my inventory, there was like one stack of cobblestone, and all of the rest of it was diorite, andesite, and granite.
Damn. I'm not sure if that's true. Maybe it is. If so, it's that'd be neat.
I mean, if you just kind of take a chance and just look at that wall, of the sheer wall, look how many, look how much of that stuff is not stone.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of it. Huh. Never knew that.
Maybe it's just because I've never dug much below like surface level, as far as like an open pit mine, so it's not as obvious to me. I was just kind of removed a mountain here or there.
Just casually removing a mountain, yes.
Oh, thank you very much, respect. That means a lot to me that you said that. It's the same song again. I mean, I don't mind it. It's a great song. I want to make sure that my audience is not like, this is the 73rd time we've had just listened to this song. All I really hear is my keyboard keys.
See, I should have put on my own Spotify playlist. I've just been listening to the sound of your voice and nothing else.
Oh my. You make it sound like that's a bad thing.
Oh no. Music to my ears, that's what it is.
You don't have to lie to me. I think we're far enough along in our friendship.
That's all good. I'll remember that for next time. Alright, well that's that layer I'm working on done. Oh wow, you're right, this is starting to level off. quick.
Yes. Very happy to see this. I think it's time to sleep again.
Yes. Need to refill my rockets. There we go.
Yeah, sorry, I can't provide you with the nicest rockets. I only provide peasant level rockets.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
You're not flying that far, so.
Yeah, it's like one rocket each time. It's all good.
It'd be a lot of gunpowder to only fly 50 blocks.
I know. See, when I built my Blitz farm, I originally said, oh, I'm going to collect all the gunpowder. But I ended up realizing, like, it'd take me like 4 or 5 hours to get one single shulker box.
Really?
So, to be honest, I think I might be exaggerating. It's probably more than 2. But still, that's not good.
Yeah. I think it's about time for me to build a proper gunpowder farm. Because at this rate, I've been using so many rockets on this project.
Yeah.
And granted, I did have a pretty good deal set up with Alex. Dead on those for a while, but they go quick.
One of my numerous mega projects is going to be one of those. And then I plan on having like a sugarcane farm embedded in the walls.
Hmm.
So it's basically, and then everything's auto-crafted in the rockets.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah. And basically the way to set it up is it'd be like a collection area anyone can come and use.
Ooh.
So, well, assuming everyone was okay with it, but basically all you do is walk in, you go to whether it's flight 1, flight 2, or flight 3 area, and you take a shulker of rockets.
That's
so
nice.
Just automatically crafted, and everything. I just need to let it run. But it's going to be something I do in the future because it's not necessarily a priority at the moment.
I mean, I feel like you should definitely set yourself up to where you need to barter a little bit. I mean, that's how we do things on the server. If you're just allowing people to come in and grab whatever they want, it kind of defeats the purpose of a bartering style economy.
True, yeah. Okay, for every shulker box, I want 10 hours of your time.
Ooh.
No. That's actually
Or you could, make it to where, you can get this many shulkers for this item. I mean, I think eventually, once I get more infrastructure in place, my negotiations or my bartering item will be in netherite. Like, I want a ingot of netherite.
Oh, right, okay.
Because I can't be troubled to constantly go out and mine ancient debris. But I think by the time I'm at that stage, everybody else will also be at that stage as well, so. Honestly, it'll probably just be like, you want this? Okay, here you go.
Yeah. One thing I've been thinking of suggesting to the server recently is, with the likes of iron blocks and redstone blocks, you can convert them back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's other blocks in the game you can't do that with, but logically you should be able to.
Like quartz?
Yeah, so quartz, those nether wart blocks, you can't convert them back and forth, which is annoying. So the only real use for those nether wart blocks at the moment is basically to compost them.
Yep. Or build with them, but that's...
Yeah, that too.
That's not as much of a priority to you.
Yeah. And I'm not sure if you can do it with amethyst blocks, but I think you should.
Yeah, like, if they're not going to provide us with a storage update or something like that, then make it to where that's possible.
Yeah.
There was something else that I was like, why? Forget what it was. It had something to do with like stone versus cobblestone. I think it actually had something to do with why is cobblestone not insta-mineable. I don't remember off the top of my head.
I mean, if everyone asks really nicely, I can make it insta-mineable, but
I think we're okay.
Yeah.
There has to be a little bit of struggle on the server. Come on.
Yeah, we can't make things too easy. Yeah, so I think we've found a good balance. for what we have decided to go with, even though not necessarily everyone wanted it.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
I kind of.
what?
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, it's just my neurodivergent brain being slow. Sorry, you go.
I was just commenting that how we have it set up right now is that it's in the game, but it's not like, for instance, the instamineable deep slate. If you don't want to use it, then you don't have to. It's not a force fed upon you.
Yeah, it's like that. Like, for example, when it came to the vote, it was actually almost split 50-50 with that. So that's why I kind of sweetened the pot and was like, look, okay, we're already making you require haste for it. Let's have you also require strength as well. Yeah. And then there you go. Yep, and then if you don't want to use it, you don't need to.
Yep, and that's ultimately why I'm okay with it, because I was one of those people that voted against it, because I do feel that it would take away the need. I mean, I discussed all this on the server, so I'm just kind of recapping for everybody else, is that, you know, that takes away the need or desire to build tunnel bores or something like that. Takes away an opportunity to build something by making it that easy.
Like, like our kind of philosophy with it is, yes, sure, you can do things like that, but maybe have a drawback somewhere. You know?
A give and a take.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
It's like, for example, we have the ability to use the Stonecut Ultra craft all the different variants of Deep Slate.
Which I love.
Which
all for
saves you time. And we've got it for a few other things, like things related to like planks and stuff. So let's just say you put one plank in and you want to craft stairs or slabs. I think with slabs you get 2 planks, which is fine. But when it comes to stairs, you only get... Well, hold on, actually, I think the stair one you get more than you do from the...
It's a 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I mean, makes sense. If anything, it feels like 1 plank should make 1.5 stairs. Technically, if you were to look at mechanics of how a stair would be sawn out of a block.
Yeah, I think like, yeah, the balance we've found is good. And to be honest, I'm probably going to suggest that quartz thing. They come, well, quartz, netherwort, whatever.
Yeah.
Because it is basically something I think should be in the game already.
Agreed.
So if you have it for some and not other blocks, which is basically the same thing, is no. Why would you do that?
Yeah, why can't this be universal?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Alright, that's that inventory emptied. You've got a lot of copper ore from this thing.
Beautiful. What I really honestly need a lot of is iron ore.
Oh yeah, I meant to ask you about that. What's the iron ore for? Is it for your next project?
Yes. Well, it's also part of this one. I've integrated a little bit of iron ore into the lake side.
Yeah.
That way you get those few like kind of pebbles look, and then a little bit of copper ore for like some wet pebbles. Because, you know, you go to the beach and the lake and stuff, you see some really cool looking shiny rocks in the water. And that's the look that I was going for.
Right, yeah.
Only problem is that shaders make them like way too obvious. Wish there was a way that I could tone down the shine of ores.
You should be able to.
Okay, I'll have to look at some settings.
How much of those iron ore do you need?
I mean, eventually I'm going to need at least 4 shulker boxes of iron ore.
Right.
It's a ridiculous amount.
Yeah. Just a bit.
It's because I used it in the gradient, and that's my own fault.
Oh, right, okay. Interesting block to use in the gradient, but I can totally see it working.
A beautiful block. Just kind of expensive.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to suggest maybe a data pack where you can craft it, but that's a bit too overpowered.
Yeah, and there needs to be some things in the game that just you have to grind for.
Yeah.
As much as I would absolutely love to be able to craft podzol, some things need to be hard. Or else I think they'll lose their appeal and uniqueness. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Oh boy, shulkers of items are just flowing through here.
I know, right? It's crazy.
My dreams of building with all of the heights are becoming a feasible option now.
Oh, that's good. I'm happy I could help out with it.
I think we're actually at the point now to where it's just going to be me having to work exactly with the schematic, and there's not big areas for you to scoop out. So if you have something else to do, you know, you don't have to feel obligated. I'm not trying to kick you out or anything. You're more than welcome to hang out here at the dig. But as far as just massive amounts of block speed or mined out, kind of starting to run out of those.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'll continue to hang out once I finish this section then.
Okay. Well, there's still this little middle bit here.
Oh, right. Yeah.
There's still quite a few.
Yeah, that's fine. I will keep it up.
Do very much appreciate all your help and everybody that's been hanging out with me today.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Like me personally, I covered this before. I'm very introverted, so I can't just carry a conversation with myself. So it's nice to have other people in the Discord with me to keep the conversation flow.
Yeah, it keeps it
and the
interesting.
vibe. Yeah. I mean, maybe there is an appeal for completely quiet streams, just with music. That would be something that would very much interest me. I can just stream with no audio and just gameplay music and background music only. Maybe an option. I have to put out a poll. See what the people want.
So the people that do those long plays don't do any commentary. It's a long stream instead.
Which is great until there's something that's like very unique that would actually benefit from an explanation. But I suppose while you're editing, you can just put a little subtitle caption or something.
Yeah.
Don't tell Boston I'm getting more gold R from this build. He might try to negotiate it with me. Might try to buy it.
Oh, that's right. He needed it for his current build, doesn't he?
Yeah, I gave him all of my stocked inventory worth.
Wow.
I, at this moment, only have what I've gathered from this build. My storage room is empty.
Alright. That's impressive.
Nice guy time over here. Trying to help a brother out. I don't know, I feel like you have the same mentality, but I'm more than willing to share my resources with somebody who, you know, genuinely needs them. I want to see everybody on the server succeed. I don't want to see somebody come on here just to struggle when there's something that I could be doing to help them.
Yeah, I'm of the same mindset, just as long as it isn't the redstone they're using. So enough of that. But everything else, yes. At the end of the day, it's not fair if someone has lots of one thing and someone else needs it, you know? That's why if people don't necessarily have something they can trade for, it's just now you. So I know, yeah, it will be honoured, essentially.
Yep. Yeah, we got a good group here on the server. I don't think there's any one individual here who would take advantage of that. Just be like, oh yeah, I need 90,000 netherite blocks. I see you have some in your storage room. I'm just going to snag them. I mean, they wouldn't be on the server if we didn't trust them with our stuff.
No.
Oops. Oh gosh, I'm pushing way too many buttons here. Too many buttons. Y'all got a quick glimpse into the mind of Time Architect. Quite literally. With free cam. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have one area that kind of dips down a little deeper, but I basically reached the bottom for this section.
Ah, nice.
which is the nice, wonderful color of just solely black concrete.
Hmm. So how would you plan on editing all your replays together? So I know obviously you've got quite a few by this stage. For this part in particular.
I don't really have like a grand vision. Probably be some sort of aerial. I mean, truthfully, it's all going to be going by so fast. I'm probably just do a single point reference.
Mm.
If you think about it, like this 5-hour time lapse, whatever that I'm recording today, is probably going to be a 30-second clip inside the video.
Yeah.
There might be a day in the future when this entire world building project is further along that I'll do a long cut
Right, yeah.
where they're not a blink of an eye for 6 hours of work. But I do try to keep my content under 30 minutes. I think that's a good time of reference or a good general goal. Because like I'll find a video that really honestly interests me and I want to sit down and watch it, but it's an hour long. There's a lot of things that happen in my life over the course of an hour while I'm sitting on a couch that are going to pull me away, and I feel bad. I want to dedicate my time to watch their hard work. Sometimes it's not feasible.
Yeah. The longer videos aren't for everyone. I enjoy them because, well, whenever I do sit and watch stuff, I normally know I have a lot of time. Obviously, everyone's situation is a wee bit different. I'll collect those blocks you've left since I've got the space.
Wasn't my first episode 40 plus minutes? I believe it was 27. I'm pretty sure.
Your first episode was 20.
Yeah, 19 minutes or something like that. A 40 to 60. Yeah, I mean, everybody has their preference.
Right, that's that section done.
Perfect. All right, yeah, I think that's so much of that build. Dug out. Looks so good to see it lengthened. I'm gonna pause the recording. Let's see, we are at Y level 21. I think 3 more should do it. That would be
Nice.
18. Oh, this is supposed to be blue wool. Oh, there's a one section here that I needed to dig out. Where is it? Huh, maybe not. Cool. Right, yeah. We're on the final countdown here. At this point, I'm just going to start digging. Actually, I'm going to set myself up to do single layers. By single layers, I do mean 2 layers sections. That way I can still see the top one. So,
One thing
Deb.
I've been thinking of. Oh, you go first.
Nope, no, you finish your train of thought. Mine's going to be a completely different tangent.
Ah, right, okay. Make sure you remember it. I'll keep mine quick. I've been thinking of making a suggestion where we have a dedicated section of the Discord. Obviously, the audience won't see it, just us. Where basically each person has a channel. Where basically they dump updates on any of their project. Because one thing we've realised recently is, because not everyone is on all the, it can sometimes appear that no one's doing anything. That isn't true, but it can. So what I've been thinking is maybe have it completely optional, but each person has a wee channel for any progress updates they want to share. And it's a way to get other people to be involved in the hyped up.
So more than like our standard screenshots channel?
Yeah, so maybe if you wanted to put a wee screenshot in, maybe a wee bit of information. So it's then that way things can be tracked if you wanted to then go back and see stuff easily.
I guess that... But that's actually a really great idea, because that also allows me a reference, or the individual, a reference to track their own progress.
Yeah.
So for instance, I can look back and see, oh yeah, I started designing this in April of 2024, and see and track my progress outside of the replay recordings, which is actual physical progress in the world.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. I would definitely recommend you suggest that.
Yeah. So what was the tangent you wanted to go on?
I was just gonna ask you what your favorite farm is.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Oh, you put me on the spot here.
Fun little Q&A.
Honestly, these days, I'd probably say, go with Iron Farms. It's kind of a boring answer, but it's like it used to be Red Farm, but obviously the whole thing, they've got rid of them. So I'm now stuck with my Iron Farms being my favourite thing.
Okay.
But what about yourself? You got any favourites?
Now, my first thought was also an iron farm, but then a wither skull farm is kind of up there, because I think it's really cool because of what you get out of them. But there's also a part of me that wants to lean towards a moss farm, moss / bone meal farm.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool mechanic, and just the general how it works, converting blocks and then mushing them. Because really, it's essentially 2 farms in one. Your stone generator farm, but then you also have the bone mealing and the destruction part of it.
See, I always see like farms as the means of an end. I don't really put a lot of thought into whether it's my favourite or not. That's why I was kind of, when you put me in the spot there, I was like, oh, what is it actually?
Okay, so how about, so Splash is like cobblestone farms. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd agree with that. Unique ways of doing them. But let's take this one step further and ask, like, what is your general, not train of thought, but your progress for, like, you start a new Minecraft world. What's your order of operations?
Good one. Right, so this is going to be controversial, but I don't bother with diamond mining at all. So let's just forget that for the sake of this discussion. So normally, new Minecraft world, I go on with a plan. Now, if it's a multiplayer world, typically you don't do the Ender Dragon right away. However, on here we did, right? Yep. Now, let's just say, for example, that was the case. What I do is I basically do a bit of a mini speedrun to rush and kill the Ender Dragon.
Okay.
So basically, get iron gear into the Nether to start grinding for Eyes of Ender. Once that's done, I focus on getting villagers up, so that I can then basically trade to get all the books and all of the gear, along with an iron farm, and I normally go with a string farm as well, so I can trade the string to get the emeralds. It used to be a raid farm, but obviously that's not a thing anymore. After that,
you typically lean towards the stick trade, don't you?
Stick trade's is fine, but you need like a lot of villagers for it to be profitable. Because if you only have like a few villagers, like it's going to be slow to build up an emerald supply. A lot of people, what they do, and what I did at the start of this server, was I had bamboo. I'd grow that, I'd harvest it, turn it into sticks, and then they are trading from there. I've now upgraded to trading string with them instead.
Okay.
Because that's a farm I can basically turn on and let it run while I'm in the area, so I don't need to do anything manually.
Okay.
Because beneath where I've got my current villagers, I've got another set of villagers, so I've got like 20 fishermen down there, maybe more. And then next to it, I've got like 5 string farms that run and load up shelters of string.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my basic order of operations. I should probably mention I went and got an elytra after doing the Ender Dragon as well.
For me, I'm not going to say it's like my first priority. I don't try to speed run to it. But I'm definitely a far more comfortable Minecraft player if I have an elytra. Yeah. So I typically do the slower approach of log into the world, do the survival grind, build up a few manual farms, beat the game. Then after that, it's like, okay, time for some serious infrastructure.
Yeah, I've committed so much to the whole not mining diamonds thing that I haven't actually went mining for diamonds. I've mined a few, but that's just because I've came across them. But I haven't really focused on them up for the actual diamonds themselves.
The actual need to go diamond mining is really obsolete.
Yeah, like the only real purpose for it now, especially on servers, is the diamond economy.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna lie, like there's something that's just so like uplifting when you actually find diamonds.
Yeah.
Out mining.
I just looked at my statistics. I've mined a single diamond ore.
Nice.
On this world.
Nice. So splashes is get villagers, get spruce saplings, breed villagers, make fletchers, make necessary villagers, move on with life. Yeah, I mean, I definitely am a firm supporter of trying to get a villager trading hall set up as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Because they're so OP. I mean, I know I just argued against them trying to reel them back in. It's because I like the OP. I prefer to focus on building without having to do all that extra work appeals to me.
Yeah. So up until 2020, I never played Minecraft like this. I was the more kind of slow survival type. But then after that server I met Splash on, I did a bit more kind of redstone things on there. I decided, no, I'm going to go all in with this technical stuff. And I'm happy I have, because like I hate the early game phase of the game. I just don't like it. It's not me.
Same.
It's like I know people when they say early game, late game, mid game, whatever. A lot of people think, oh, late game is when you're fighting Ender Dragon.
No.
That isn't even early game for me.
Yeah.
That's like just something you do right away. That's just no. It doesn't even. It's not even categorized as that.
A mere hurdle in early game.
That's my prep for the early game. Yeah, there you go.
Felt that way about diamonds as well. It's so funny that I get a little excitement about it when them and I realize that they're completely worthless. Yes, I fully agree, Splashes. I feel like we've just been conditioned through those earlier versions of Minecraft to be excited to get diamonds. Because of how low their spawn rate was, how more difficult they were, how useful they were. It's like, oh, diamonds, yes! Yeah, now it's just like, meh.
Yeah, now they're just used for decoration.
That's exactly what I use them for. Like, yes, this will look good in my collection of other diamonds. So I think currently I have 3 sets of spare armor. And, shulker boxes of spare tools. Not even counting all the stuff I've gotten end rating. So as far as that, like, I'm set armor-wise.
Yeah, at this point there's just no need for it. That's why netherites is as interesting as it is, because how rare. It's like, yeah, it only spawns in the nether, and even when it does, it's like, if you want to get a lot of it, you're going to be there for a long time.
True. I still personally don't feel that the benefits of netherite are worth the time for me to try to go and get it.
Agreed. Yeah.
I think that they should try to incentivize you differently, other than, oh yeah, it won't burn in lava and it has some more durability. Like, dude, I have an entire shulker box of spare tools. I'm not worried about durability. I have all these farms that can mend my tools. I'm not worried. And burning in lava, same thing. I can replace my armor in a lot less time than it is for me to go out and hunt for ancient debris. I think it takes me, with my villager trading hall at fully set up, probably maybe 10 minutes to fully replace all my gear that I lost. And I'm still going to lose all my blocks and stuff that I had in my inventory if I fall in lava, so it doesn't protect me in that way, so.
See, if anything at this point, for me, if I were to go and get it, I'd use it to upgrade my gear. but then it's just something I keep in a chest. It's maybe decorate with it, although because of how rare it is, I wouldn't recommend that.
I'd love to have a full beacon of netherite just for, you know, the bragging rights of how difficult it is to get. But it's one of those like, yay, I have an entire beacon of netherite. Now what?
Yeah.
And I did just give Bleaker an entire block of netherite for his help.
Nice.
Splash just likes to use ancient debris for palm trees. What a builder move. I support this 100%.
Oh, I remember when she first started doing that. that was good.
That's super cool. This is the most expensive trees you'll ever see. Or grindy trees.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Alright.
Just taking a short wee break. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Okay. And we're just about done on the stream today. I did give you all a promise that I'd show off the design work progress, which honestly there hasn't been much since I think the last time I showed it off. But for anybody who hasn't seen it, I definitely want to make sure that you all get a chance to see that. So at some point I need to launch up my other instance, because I have an Axiom only instance of Minecraft. And I do that purposefully so that way I can be in creative doing design work while also like AFKing on the server. That was my train of thought, because I use multi-MC. I can have multiple instances of Minecraft open simultaneously. I think right here as I'm sleeping, I'll go ahead and get that one launched and prep so I can just swap over the screen to it. Alright, that's warming up right now. Because we're probably, I don't know, 10-15 minutes away from finishing this section up. I think I need to dig something over here, I believe. Maybe even 2 sections. Looks like I did see a little corner over here that's breaking into a lush cave. Right over in that section. Oh. Got stuff moving around. Oh, I'm pushing lots of buttons I shouldn't be. Too many buttons. Freaking out. And we're back. Nobody panic, okay? Nobody panicked. All good. Oh, Death's hiding in the wall. Yep, there's the wee little corner there. Oh, getting there. The good thing about this dig in the specific area that I picked is I'm getting a lot of clay, which is good because I can't be troubled to make a mud farm, to put it on top of dripstone blocks with dripstone below to dry it out, to mine it back up. This is far more convenient. Either this next layer down or the one after will be our final elevation. And I can start the next section. Let's not remind myself of that. Thinking positive. Optimist. Glass is half full here. These are all blocks that I don't need to mine anymore. Yeah, there we go. Positive thinking. Positive reinforcement. Change that mindset. Oop, almost there. You'll see a little bit of magenta blocks. home stretch, everybody. I do appreciate everybody's been hanging out with me today. Will puzzle turn to dirt if there's a block on top of it after some time like grass? I don't believe so. If I remember correctly, on season 2 of Zetacraft, we were just kind of, I'm not gonna say spamming around Podzol, but there were some sections where it got underneath other blocks. I don't think it ever converted. So unless they changed something in the code of it, it should stay at its same state. May have to do some more Minecraft science to figure that out. Which would be weird. You would think that it should justifiably convert to dirt. Inventory's full. Oh, what the? Where did you come from? Huh. Thought that was like another player or something that just appeared. That's funny. Just like that creeper that snuck up and blew up on me. I didn't even see him. He must have been behind me when that happened. That's crazy. A good thing I have totems and are not playing in hardcore.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Welcome back.
Thank you, thank you.
Maybe you can answer this question, Death. Does Podzol turn back to dirt eventually once that if dirt's on top of it? Totally lost my train of thought there. Pretty sure it keeps its same block state.
I think it keeps the same block state. I'm not actually sure. I know when you blow it up with TNT, it turns to dirt.
Okay, that makes sense.
But when you place blocks on top of it, I don't think it changes. It should, logically, I think.
Yeah, that was the exact thing I was saying. I'm like, it should. Another one of those broken mechanics. Didn't quite clean up that code. More ads. Well, this should be the last one here. I think they roll every 20-something minutes, so we're on the home stretch of the stream.
Ooh.
Do appreciate you bearing through it.
Feels like I'm standing down in a canyon.
Kind of looks that way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, theoretically, or realistically, it was at one point a canyon. It was dug out by a glacier. I'm losing my voice. Okay.
Oh, is this that one deep bit you're talking about?
Yep, that's the final depth right there on that section. There might be another one back over here that goes a little bit deeper. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the deepest point is like either 10, 12, 15, something like that. But it's such a small little pocketed section that it's quite insignificant. Nope, does not unconvert. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I think that's something that they just missed when they were coding.
Yeah. Sounds that way.
And there we go. This replay. Oh man, I was paused. Dang it. Oh, well. Stop that recording. Boom. Beautiful. It looks hideous right now. You know what it honestly looks like? It reminds me a lot of a form or something for a mold.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Like a die.
Yeah, that's strange. Very strange.
For now, it'll look good in the future.
Yeah.
Clearing out my inventory. And I'm gonna see. Okay. I'm just going to, I guess I can AFK. I don't have to leave yet. Put myself in a little hidey hole here while I swap over to share everybody what I've been doing. Creative. I'm gonna head over there now. Let's have OBS. Where are you? Game capture. So let's see. I remember how to swap it over here. I guess let me swap it to this one while I get that figured out. Is properties. This one? Is this the right one?
I'm waiting for it to appear because it's all black right now.
Yeah.
Still nothing.
Try this one. There we go. Give it a second. It should catch up.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. So I want to be in River Creative Copy. Try to enter the right world here. Perfect. We're even in the right spot and everything. Let this world load in here. Close that window so I don't have to look at it as well.
Oh, look at that terrain. Ooh.
Oh yeah. So what we are currently working on is right here. Don't mind the stained glass, it's just a placeholder. So I think we are somewhere right around here to dig. Kind of going off of my landmarks here.
Yeah.
I believe that's where I have all the shulker boxes and stuff set up. So we should be about halfway. I think I remember this tall section here. So done all the way over there to where my cursor is, all the way over to there. Yeah, I'd say easily halfway. Maybe a little over because it just gets kind of narrower. And then this whole section gets pretty shallow here. Doesn't actually start to get really deep until Y level 40. The very deepest point in this whole build is at Y level 10. So I think we just dug this area right here. Oh, that's Y level 15, so maybe not that deep. Oh, maybe we are all the way over. We'll need to hear. Sorry if it's a little dark on this stream here. Let me make it so where you guys can see too. Probably be helpful, huh? Oh, night vision action. I don't know if it helps because I'm in black concrete. It doesn't really help. Yeah, we just have particles. But yeah, so this is the start of my world building area. Opening up the mini map here, so the stream catches up. You can get a general idea for the project I'm working on currently. Why find a different version? Oh, there it is. So this whole exposed area is what I plan on trying to convert into a custom world. So that's going from X negative 2800 to X negative 1300. So I guess that's about 10,000, or like 8,000 or something like that rectangle. So I'm trying to redo all of this. So like this whole ocean I probably won't touch. This was the other ocean I was considering working on. I would really love to make this section deeper. I think it would make the build look a lot more dynamic if it was at least this deep. However, I am absolutely scarred from all of this other terraforming I've had to do. Like the idea of having to drain all this and refill it when it's 4 times as big just seems torturous to me. So probably, unfortunately, gonna leave that untouched. At most, I might just remove the surface level blocks and convert them to, you know, deep slate or black stone, and then do black concrete over the rest so it looks deeper, the effect that I've been talking about. But I don't think I will dig this area out. This was the other build that is currently being reworked. I'm no longer doing this at all, so I'm probably going to save this build here just as reference for the other one, but the whole train, everything is being completely changed, so don't worry about that. That was the original design, not going with that. Very happy with the progress and the conversion that I made on that. But going back over to here, there it is. Yeah, you can see, get my reference here. So the lake, the idea is that you eventually blend it in, but this whole section here is supposed to be like forested, following along the path, and it'll be kind of following this little stream here. All this will be super thick forest over on this side, and then as you start to work your way up into this hills, it'll convert into more fields. I haven't updated it yet, but that's the current decision I've made, is I'm going to rework this to be kind of more of an open tundra style look than an actual thick forest. The reason behind that is I don't want to throw off the scale of this mountain, which I'm going to remove a lot of the snow off of the top of it and make it more of a stony hill, because once again, the scale is my biggest issue here. I don't want to make that mountain bigger, but it's hard to justify it as a snow-capped mountain when you have this one right here almost the same height with no snow on top. That was to keep this stronghold here in scale, because you'll obviously be walking right next to this, and it'd be weird to have snow on that but no snow up there. And I understand climates and weather patterns and stuff, like it could be feasible with how the weather and temperatures are affected in the area. But that's where I'm at.
So with that mountain, I think it looks cool. What suggestion I've got is, do you know what force perspective is?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So basically, what you could do is, yeah, sure, if you compare this directly with the other mountains nearby, it might look a little bit out of place. But if you know that you're only primarily meant to see it from either the road or by the castle or whatever, you could justify it as this technically being further away, so that's why it looks as big.
And yeah, that was kind of the idea of what I had, like my initial plan when I actually built the mountain is that these would be full-size trees right here, but by the time you get to the other side of this, the trees would only be like 10 blocks tall max.
Yeah.
And by the time you get up here, they'd basically just be like double stacked leaves. But yeah, you can see I did these snowpacks, which reminds me, it was directly inspired by areas I used to hike as a kid to the ice caves in the Pacific Northwest. And there was actual formations on the backside of the mountains where the sun's shadow would not allow the snow to melt. And so it would be sitting until the temperature would rise enough that it melts up here, and the water actually runs off and technically falls into here, melts a little hole, and digs a hole all the way through. I didn't go that far into it, so I just kind of made the snowpack melting into actual ice caves. Those would be the sources of this river. I'm gonna tweak them a little bit more. There's still a few things to do in the background. That's kind of why I've been focusing on digging right now, is because there's a few tweaks that I still need to make to it. You think the snowy mountain peaks are not tall enough? Yes, and I do agree with that, but I don't want to rework it because I like the way that it stands out right now. That might very well change once I start to put some trees in here. Once you have a 20 block tall tree, you won't even be able to see the mountain. So my idea was to do like peekaboo views. And one of my POIs was right here. I was going to make a little channel. So I want you to see that ice cave. I want you to be drawn to it. I want you to go explore there. But it won't be a path, so you'll have to actually go through the woods and stuff and across these streams. But I do have plans in the future. We're on the other side of this glacier, which, by the way, here's the glacier. That this little snowy peak right here is going to be the dividing point between this build and this build. So these mountains are going to be significantly taller because A, you're going to actually be traveling through them on a mountain pass, but B, because I want that visual divide. So these mountains will probably be at the very highest peaks, you know, closer to build height. And I'll probably bring them all the way out to, say, here or something. Kind of see this natural line that could be formed. It's like that. That's future projects. I am pushing too many buttons. Sorry about that. Yeah, there's so much world building stuff that I want to get done. My biggest hindrance right now is the survival aspect of it. I'm sure I could have had this whole world basically complete now if this was a creative only world, but it's not. And yeah, here's the old school fortress that's supposed to be kind of really weathered and conquered, is the idea behind it. So there'll be trees pretty much growing all the way up to it. So I'll be kind of having just a really heavy weathering gradient on this and not super detailed out. And there'll be lots of collapsed towers and ruins and stuff like that. And the idea behind this is that this is supposed to be the entrance area into my tree farms. Granted, I built this on top of an actual plateau, so I'd either have to completely remove it or rework it here to go through this lush cave that's pre-existing. And this is all under terrain and open. So if I were to swap my instance back over to actual multitasking, I apologize. If I were to swap back over here into the actual world, to put you back into perspective where that cathedral is, where the stream actually caught up. We're actually in the right spot here. It's black. Are we in the world here? Sorry for the delay. Making sure I'm actually going to be streaming.
Yeah, it's still
Is it
black.
still black?
Yes, unfortunate.
What about this one?
Just waiting for it to catch up.
There it is. Okay. Where's your name? I didn't call your name Splashes. Any second now. There it is. Okay. So,
Hey.
so where that ruined cathedral is actually sitting on top of this plateau. My original plan was to just kind of put a blanket over most of this terrain and tone it down from these really deep ravines. But the area that you just saw me flying around was inside of this lush cave right here. So I theoretically could, with minimal effort, dig through a tunnel that would put you into this open ravine, and I could put all my farms in here next to my wool farm, which I don't think I've shown off at all. This is a 256 sheep wool farm. Was an absolute pain to build. Actually, it was really easy to build. It just took 4 times longer to move all the sheep than it did to build the actual thing. But each one of these rows should have 16 sheep for each color. So it deals with the shulker boxes and wool. That was a fun little project. And then yeah, the thing that Bleeker was referencing is that we've gone through and completely removed this dark oak forest, this birch forest that was over here, and then this slice of jungle forest, and then also the birch forest that was all around the outsides. If I were to use my mini map here, you can see dark oak forest, birch forest, it's all gone, birch forest, this was old growth birch forest, and then of course jungle. All of that had to get removed for me to cover up this. And most of it is going to be covered up, so theoretically I didn't have to, but for the sake of easing the lighting situation and the fact that I'm going to need all those blocks anyways, we just went ahead and removed the forest. So yeah, that's where we are at currently. I think I'm going to go ahead and fly back over to here, and we're going to call that for a stream. Oh, we actually ended up right at 4 hours. That's perfect. That's nuts to think that I was going to do this in 4 hours by myself. That was not feasible. That's crazy, though. All right, let me...
So,
go ahead.
I went back to this. I went back to the start of the stream and looked at the height. You started that.
Mm-hmm.
It was at Y40. We started.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let's see, where was Y40? Six, 7, Y level 40. So yeah, I mean that's probably, I'd say, a third maybe, because you gotta think it gets a little wider the further up you go. It's halfway down. It does have some nice shapes though. I do wish that I didn't make it near as extreme. It kind of, it almost honestly looks like a dry dock or something, or like the inside of a ship's hull.
Yeah.
Looking at it, this like a cross section of a ship's hull. Yeah, continuous. Let's see. I do see a little bit of lush cave here. Oh, that's just a tiny little sliver of a cave. But I'm not looking forward to later on. Let's get my reference right here. Is this section right here did not get drained. And all of this needs to go. We'll be digging all the way down to this mossy layer right here. I know it's dark, so bear with me. I'm gonna stand more over here. There's like a breakthrough section, and then it's dry cave again. I picked the one spot that had a flooded cave. I couldn't have gone a little over farther, and then this is all open. I had to pick the one spot that was flooded. Yeah, my idea was to just start digging all the way down to it. Oh yeah, okay. Oh, why is it way over here? But it does widen out. Oh, that's another day's problem. I agree, respect. It does go faster when there's other people to both hang out with, but also help out. And I do appreciate each and every person that hung out with me on the stream today, as well as the server members that were kind enough to join me in this undertaking. But with that, my friends, I think we can call that a stream. So I do wish you guys a wonderful rest of your day, weekend, and I mean, I'd love to stream weekly, but there's no guarantees. So just kind of keep an eye on both my YouTube channel as well as my Discord, and I'll give you more updates as time progresses. All right, see you later, everybody. Thanks for hanging out.